Getting dicey.
I forgot that. Wasn't quick enough to put the cowl on, but it's on now. All right,
The
so
illusion is shattered.
it was the Blight's turn, sort of that rounded off the end of our last session. And the moment this lady starts screaming, Mirakin and Morley, you look over the heads of these twig blights in the doorway, and you're really just sort of seeing like a sort of a shape of her. You can't get her in full detail, but as she screams out, you see her skin just thicken into a bark-like appearance.
Oh,
Gross.
Don't throw it shame.
Get a moisturizer.
wow.
And with that, at the top of the order is Mirakin. So, like, just to sort of give you a bit more of an idea of what's happening right around you, you created that fireball, which I still need to figure out how long that's going to last, because that's just sitting there burning, and a bunch of these twig blights ended their turn next to it and went up in smoke. But you've still got like 7 or 8 of these things this side of the door, and through the door between you and this woman, and looks to be in the shadow of these big vats, looks to be like another 10 or so, maybe 12. And runs in, hanging out near the vineyard behind you.
Sort of midway between Loris and the rest of them. So I've got that burning sphere of fire in the midst of them.
Yeah.
So I want to keep that. Because it's a concentration spell, every time I get hit, there's a chance I'll drop the spell, right?
That is correct.
So I'm going to want to get out of there. So, but they're coming so fast. Is that their turn next, or is that the ones in the vineyards?
The twig blights just had their turn.
So that's the ones in the vineyards that are coming. Oh my gosh, we're getting surrounded by these little guys.
Yeah, the little ones
I'm a
in
little
front of
bit
you were the
scared.
twig blights. The needle blights are after you, and they're the ones out in the vineyard still. Or some of them are still out in the vineyard.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to. I'm actually going to wrap myself in a misty veil and teleport myself. But actually, no, before I do so, will the tree hold my weight? Because I really don't want to teleport myself to falling off a tree.
Yeah, yep, you'd be able to. It will hold your weight. The one, if you're looking at the one sort
Okay.
of just to your northeast, yeah, you'll be able to be. It's maybe 10 foot, maybe 15 foot tall tree, and you'd be able to be at least 8 foot off the ground safely.
Okay, so I'm gonna wrap myself in the wind. I'm going to teleport into the tree with my Misty Step ability, which is my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna yell out, "Be careful! There's a lot of them!" And I'm gonna size up the nearest one, and target it with an arrow, and take a shot.
So that's yeah. This
So
little
that'll be
needle
with
blade.
advantage, right?
It will be.
Oh, sorry. I want to. Oh God, do I want
sorry.
to target the small ones or the big ones? I'm going to target whoever I can get with advantage. Are they too
Well,
close?
you've got a height advantage on all of these guys, so I'm going to give you advantage on any target that you can see.
All right. I'm gonna try and hit the ones closest to me because I don't want them to come up behind Baron Byram and kill him.
Okay.
And I'm just going to be yelling, "Look out!" and stuff. And I'm going to use my feet, which I haven't used for ages, so I get an extra thingy.
That's your elven accuracy?
Yeah. So I'll roll 3 times. So whenever I get advantage, I get to roll again.
Okay, cool.
So I rolled a 15, a 12, and a 23.
And you're just aiming for that closest needle
Yeah, I'll
blight.
aim for the closest one for 7 piercing damage.
Yeah, okay, great. So that is a hit, and that bolt, the arrow soars down and sort of just lodges into the vines and greenery that makes up this thing. And it's just sort of held there in its chest, but you have done a decent amount of damage to it.
Any magical weapons still in play?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So what would you classify as your main main weapon of attack, American?
It would normally be the short bow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So it's a +1 to hit and a +1 for damage as well.
Okay, cool.
So
So
that's
I guess I get an 8 piercing damage on that guy.
Perfect.
And then I guess the other thing I get to do in my turn is move the flaming sphere. Oh no, I can't. That uses my bonus action.
Right, okay, cool.
So I already used that.
I'm glad you've
So
got
it's just
that
gonna hang
information
out
there.
there. And Runzian's just gonna. What's he gonna do? How's Loris looking? He can handle himself, right? How far can Runzian move? He can run like 40 feet, I think.
I think that sounds right.
So he can move. He could get in the tree as well. So he can run up and bite that guy and then run into the tree, right?
Yeah, I'd say because there's height that he's got to climb as well. That's taken into consideration for his movement. So if it's 30 odd feet to the tree and then up to where you are, like 8 foot, so that's 38, and he's a good 10 feet away from where Runzin is right now.
So basically, he could get into the tree, but not attack.
Or he could run up and attack this thing.
Yeah, he's gonna get in the tree. He's a fragile little angel.
Okay.
Come join me, Runzin.
Cool. Anything
Okay.
else from American?
No.
All right. It is the Needleblights turns. And there's two currently right next to Loris. One of them is restrained by web, I believe it was. So let's just have a bit of a roll. He's still failed. So he's still just sort of trying to break free of this web, but is having absolutely no luck of it. The Needleblight next to Loris just lashes out with his claws and rolls an 18. Oh, that's you're on mute there, Dave.
Yeah, 18's a hit.
Cool. That's 6 piercing damage from this Needleblight.
Which gets halved because I'm raging.
Okay, cool. So 3 piercing damage. And you can hear some sort of shuffling happening from behind them as well. But you're not quite able to make... You're seeing some movement in the vines and the overgrowth, but you can't really see what is making that yet. American, you're sort of looking out over where the second fireball that the Baron cast was shot out. And you're seeing a little bit of movement in there as well. And
So you're talking over here.
over to the east of the vineyard, yeah.
Cool.
There's a lot of boys.
And soon enough, you see a couple more popping out of this overgrowth. And just going to have a quick look here. What sort of distance do we have from this guy to everybody? Okay, cool. Alright, so I think these front two blights, the ones that are sort of nearest to you, American, in the tree, having just been attacked, it kind of just tenses itself and all these needles just start appearing on the surface of it, and they all just come shooting out in your direction. And that has rolled a 7, which is a miss. And the other one sees that and takes its cue, but this time back towards Bill in the doorway. He's rolled a 15, but I'm gonna you've got that 3/4 cover from the door, so that misses as well. Again, just these needles up against the door, and again you just hear some more shuffling from the east there, Bill. Loris, over to you.
Yeah, so this guy here is webbed, right? So he's bound and restrained. This guy is pretty much free and easy.
That's his
How-
catchphrase.
It's very free and easy. How is this guy here looking? Who's looking the worst as far as damage?
Free and easy.
Yeah, free and easy.
The one that's in the web, that was the last one you attacked,
Right.
and he is not looking good. I think that's probably why he's struggling so much against the web. You brought him down to his sort of knees last time, and he's been struggling to get back up.
Okay, cool. For some reason, my Roll20 just shut down completely, so I have no idea what happened. But that's okay. I can fire it back up. My plan is I want to attack him. But yeah, so I can roll.
Wait, him, the most damaged one, or the one?
Yeah, the most damaged one.
one in the
I'll
web.
start with him.
Okay.
Yeah, the one in the web. I'll start with him.
If he's
'cause,
wet, does that give him like advantage or something?
He's restrained, so yeah, I believe that is.
I'm always fuzzy on those rolls.
Yeah. There's entangled, which is just kind of like a grappled. Well, there's restrained, and then there's grappled and entangled and all those other things. But restrained gives you like, let's just bring up the exact rules here. Speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to speed. Attack rolls against it have advantage, and its attacks have disadvantage. And it's also got disadvantage on Dex saving throws.
Cool. I'm just getting my character sheet up now, so thank you for your description. It took the perfect amount of time for me to...
No problem.
And we all learned something.
We all learned just a little bit.
Hang on. Just bringing up maps, and my poor laptop is just having an absolute freak out of the fact of doing maps and everything at the same time. Sorry.
So not quite the perfect amount of time.
Not quite. It was almost. keep talking about it. It was so close to being perfect. It's just having a freak out.
Weird time.
Sorry.
Yep. He's on his knee, and he's
talking
on him.
You want to know a fun fact about the webbing?
Please.
It can also be attacked and destroyed. Its AC is 10, and the webbing itself has 5 HP.
Oh, nice.
Think about that.
Okay.
Good to know.
Now that's a fact.
But it's just a strength saving throw to bust out of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember Webster?
I can roll the I can roll the attack in D&D Beyond.
At this point, you can just make up a number if it's going to speak.
I won't make up a number. I'll just roll it in D&D Beyond. All right.
What is Webster now? I don't know what that is.
Webster,
So I roll a 20 for the
dictionary.
first attack.
a 20.
And it does 11 damage.
Was the sitcom?
I like that. I'm just going to trust you on that one, Dave.
I can send you screenshots if you want.
No, it's okay. You roll a 20, and you just bring your axe down straight into this thing, and it just like splinters. The force that you cut through it absolutely just cleaves through this thing. And when I say cleave, it's because we're using the cleaving rule, and you just bring it straight through the one at its side as well, doing a huge amount of damage to that one as well. And that one drops down to its knees, but isn't dead. Yet.
Okay, so I'll do my second attack on that one then, and I roll a
20.
Let me get.
No, it's a 6. It's a 9 plus 7, so it's a 16.
Okay.
And
16.
it does
4,000 damage.
4,000 damage. No, 4 plus 4 damage, which is 8.
Okay, yeah. Your second swipe just comes across this other one that you've dropped to its knees, and you just, as it drops, your slice just comes straight through its neck, and it decapitates this viney kind of growth that it calls a head. But you also slice a decent cut out of this overgrowth, and just past it through these, through some of the vineyard, you see a couple more of these blights coming, sort of slowly making their way through to you.
I just want to look straight at them with a kind of a come at me glare.
You do that.
Urgh. Come at me. Come on.
Come at me, Glare.
For the camera, please.
I'm not even sure what a come at me glare looks like. It just sounded cool.
But
yeah, I'm done.
Normally, come at me, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you got a Glare.
Yeah, that's it. That Bill's got it.
Yeah.
Anything else from Morris?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Baron, over to you. So you've heard this cry out from this woman from within the winery as well.
Yeah, I thought I saw her, right?
Yeah, you can see a bit from the distance and the sort of darkness within the winery. He's just more of a shape than anything at this point.
But I know it's different from these. It's an
Yeah,
actual
it's taller.
sapient
It's
being.
more human-sized compared to these little twig blights.
Well, I'm starting to freak out because we are being surrounded. I'm going to yell out to Loris at the top of my lungs, and to Bill, because I don't know if they've seen this. That there's some sort of evil old human here. We're being surrounded, so maybe I think they're just going to keep on coming. I'm going to try and attack this old lady, and then with that, I'm going to come up around over here next to Morley so I can get a better view of her.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt ice knife on her. Hopefully, there's some little blights around her as well.
Yeah. There's definitely a bunch of blights around her.
Okay.
Give us a
ice
roll
knife.
to hit. Oh, dang.
24.
Yeah. I was going to say, because she's in sort of half cover with all of these blights surrounding her and the barrels of these big vats in there. But with a roll of 24, your aim is true. It just soars straight across the tops of the heads of these twig blights and straight into the shoulder of this druid, this woman, who just screams out. And this is when she kind of moves in a way that she catches a bit of light. And you can see that she's wearing like a headdress made out of like goat horns. That
Cool.
Yeah. And she screams out, and the cowl just moves back a little bit, and you can see her face a little as well. And it's not as weary and worn as the voice that she produced was. She looks a little young for what for that voice that she had on her. But so that just sinks into her shoulder. What sort of damage are we dealing with?
That does 5 piercing damage, and then her and everyone else has to do a dex saving throw of 15.
Okay, we'll
Or
start.
get 4.
Actually, let's use this. Will be faster. Dex saving. Okay, cool. So I'll roll with her first. She failed, so she gets another 4 damage. Is that right? Yeah, you're frozen, so that's correct.
Frozen.
Yeah.
He's
And
been hit by the ice knife.
and I just got to roll. I'm going to roll 5 times because there's 10, I think. There's 10 in there at the moment. So I'll roll basically for 2 at a time. So 2 of them fail, 4 of them fail, 6 of them fail, 2 of them save, and 8 of them fail.
Dang.
So you do 4 damage. Oh, damn. Okay. So 4 is like the magic number. Your ice knife just soars into the shoulder of this thing, of this druid, sinks in and explodes. She screams, but the shards of this ice knife just obliterate like all but 2 of these little blights around her. So now standing in the doorway are just 2 blights and the ones on the other side of the doorway, and she's standing in this room just in quite a bit of pain from that.
I'm going to yell out, call off your plant things and get the fuck out of the vineyard. Please.
Please
Please.
give me a persuasion roll.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Alright.
with advantage since you just like annihilated
Oh, with advantage.
like her army.
Charisma, what was it? Oh, no.
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Yep.
So the 2 furthest from that blast are the ones that
20.
saved.
Oh, nice
15 plus
work.
5.
She we'll wait till her turn to see how that
Okay.
how that plays out. Anything else from the Baron?
If there's a bit of movement, I'll just get away from this blight that's right next to me.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
If it is right next to me. I don't want to do it.
It was pretty close. It was close. Probably not within striking distance, but it was close.
Okay.
Okay, Bill, over to you. You've sort of locked yourself away in this small barrel maker's workshop, and you've been hearing sort of shuffling through the wall to your right, and you've opened up the door a crack to see Mirakin appear in the tree across from you.
Is anybody worried about the fact that they keep on coming?
Yes.
Okay. I said we should hide,
that
but I guess
old
nobody.
woman.
I guess nobody. Okay, I guess nobody's interested in that. And I'm gonna move up to here.
Interested? It's the old
Still
woman.
doesn't.
The old woman's doing it.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is like happening pretty quickly, though. I've been saying this for rounds.
Yeah, you have.
So I would say maybe about here. Do I see anything else?
Yes. Yeah. From that position, you sort of look down to your right, and there's a wagon sitting. You can't see it on the map here, but there's a wagon sitting in there with 3 big barrels in it, as if it's like being prepared to be hooked up to a horse and delivered somewhere. In that area, there's a bit of a walk-around area, so it makes it easy to put the barrels in. But more importantly, I guess, is that there is another human dressed in robes, kind of standing on this little walkway, and behind her is just a row of these needle blades, and you're not really sure how many there are, but you can see maybe 3 before they sort of go through this doorway, sort of past them.
Okay. And what's her demeanor? Like, does she seem aggressive?
Well, to answer that, I'm going to answer with a spell that she had prepared. So let's just roll that.
It's
so
called Make Friends.
Yeah.
Yay!
Is that gonna roll?
Happy
You guys-
friendship times.
She makes good berries for
Okay.
everyone. Delicious.
Everyone gets a hug.
What were we so worried about?
Okay, so she slams her staff down into the ground, and just this wave of let's describe it. Actually, can I describe it here? Yeah, a wave of thunderous force just sweeps out from her.
I'm not getting French.
And I'm going to need to get a Constitution saving throw from you.
Sweetly.
Thank you.
Now, this is being a move I've done before, I should think. Is this Thunderwave, perchance?
It is Thunderwave. So
I rolled a 15 plus 3.
perfect. So that is a save. You take half as much damage. So that is a 7. It was a 2nd level spell, so it was 16 total. So you take 8 damage. In addition, unsecured objects. I know you don't get pushed away since you saved. But there's also just like this insane thunderous boom that the rest of you can hear. And you, American, you do see, you hear the boom and look down, and you can sort of see Bill bracing himself against this wave that pushed through him. American, what were you going to ask about this spell?
Oh, because I've managed to do friendly fire with it before, but I'm guessing it doesn't reach any of those blights behind Bill.
That's right. It's only 15 feet, so it goes about just to the point, like only just includes Bill.
I thought so.
Yeah. Okay. So that was her reaction upon seeing you, Bill. What are you up to now?
I have a question about cubes.
Okay.
If something is a 30-foot cube, can you help me understand the space that it occupies? Like, is it like 15 by 15 square?
A 30-foot each.
I think each side is 3 foot.
Yeah, each side is 30 foot. So in this case, this was a 15-foot cube that originated from her. So that spreads 15 out and 15 off to the side
And up.
And 15 up.
and 15 up. It's a cube.
Okay.
So a 30-foot one.
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to cast a spell, isn't he?
Yeah.
Luckily, they don't get us to figure out the volume.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh god,
What is the
going
volume?
back to
Your 900 cubic feet spell.
That's huge.
oh no. Okay. I'm just each feature who sees the pattern. Blah blah blah. Okay.
Here it
I'm
comes.
going to
With
step
the
back
slings.
It's a Bill moment.
just a little bit. Just to here. And I am going to cast a spell.
Okay.
So you said 30 feet, yeah?
Yeah.
And each of these squares is 10 feet?
That's right.
Okay. Seeing this lady. Sorry, that's not supposed to be there. Oh.
That's only 27.7 feet.
I think, okay. That's okay.
I can't imagine
I'm
it.
sure we
Redo.
can. If you have
Just
if
like,
you,
just like
3
that.
feet off.
That's better. That's 30.
he didn't actually change the size of it, Dave.
No, it didn't.
So,
That's he
so it's
moved
still
it from where I was
Oh,
holding it.
But
God.
importantly, I overlapped some additional people.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, perfect.
And you just hear this dum 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 in the background. And Bill just starts rapping again. Your branch is heavy, trees don't speak, times are heady, thorns on the ground already, feeling unsteady. They're coming, but your bard is ready to cast a glamour. Careful where you're stepping, blights come frown. The whole crowd was so proud. Open their mouth, only screams come out. They broken now, wondering how. Fireballs out, time to end this now. And there's a disco ball appears
Oh yes.
in front of them, and as I cast, hypnotic. What's it called? Hypnotic pattern.
Nice.
Now I remember this spell. This did very well for you guys at one point.
So a twisting pattern of colors weaves through the air inside a 30-foot cube in range. The pattern appears for a moment and then vanishes. Each creature must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed. A charmed creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. The spell ends if the creature takes any damage.
Right. So is it like charmed the actual condition charmed?
So they basically are out of commission.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So they also have the charmed condition, but importantly they're incapacitated.
Yeah. Gotcha. Wisdom saving throw. Okay. Let's get a couple of these out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 needle blights. And what do they have to roll?
They need to beat 15. Sorry, wait 1 second.
I can wait.
Yeah, 15.
They have to meet or beat, right?
They have to meet
beat.
to beat.
It's beats. I got some serious hate from someone who watches or listens to their stream about how we ruined the understanding how rolling for things works because of us discussing meets beats so much.
It's just meets beats.
It's just meets
simple.
beats.
I don't know what's no.
It is the simplest.
Very clear. It's very clear.
All right, so you've cast your spell, and I guess you don't know until it's their turn what happens.
I might see a twinkle in their eye.
There's a couple who are out of your view right now. I'll say that you notice the two right directly in front of you have starting to slow down, like basically coming to a stop. But I'll unveil more when it's their turn, I guess.
Well, I'm sure that worked perfectly, so I'm going to go over here.
Just booking it, just absolutely running back to the group.
Just
Molly!
calmly moving closer to where I perceive the danger to be now that I've dealt with this other group.
Okay, but that's just like an instant thing, right? It's not there for like a bunch of turns, or do they have to...
So it's concentration up to 1 minute.
So anybody that moves into it has to do the same?
Oh, sorry, the pattern happens and it affects the people who are in
Gotcha.
that
Okay,
pattern.
cool. Got you.
But then they are affected
For 1 minute.
for up to a minute.
Cool, perfect. Unless they get damaged.
Or I get damaged and I have to save
Of
to make
course.
my concentration.
Cool. All right. Anything else from Bill other than running back to the crew? Perfect.
That's me.
Morley, you've got a bunch of twig blights right in front of you, but you have just seen, like, you just felt this cold blast whip past you and just destroy the majority of what was in that room.
All right, I'm going to, seeing that impressive effort yet again from the Baron. I just want you to know, at the end of this, I'm coming out there thinking this guy is the greatest wizard to ever be a wizard. With all these little nasty little things in front of me, I'm going to cast Firebolt at the one in front of me. It's a decent damage dealer cantrip, this one, so I'm hoping for a bit of radiant damage since they're all packed in such a close space, but I'll leave that at your behest.
Okay.
Yeah, does the cleave rule go to magic or only
The cleave
weapons?
rule officially is just for melee attacks. Just for melee attacks, but it doesn't matter because an 8 is not going to affect something standing right in front of him. Is that just like
to say it like that?
is it it's a ranged attack, right? Is it classified as a ranged attack?
Hardly seems to matter now, but let me hang on. Let me just. Yes, it is. Make a ranged spell attack against the target.
We can, just so you know, any ranged attack in melee range is at disadvantage. So.
I swear, let me just roll that again. Just
get
super
lower.
embarrassing.
No.
Crit fail.
What we can do is, if you want to try something else, is where I was going to go with that. Just you got to be aware of these rules before we
You got
punish
to
you
be
for
10
them.
feet away to shoot it.
Yeah, I mean, it feels
Easily.
like a. I don't know how the party will view this, but it feels like cheating the game.
Okay,
I'm
no,
like,
that's fine.
So I'm just gonna suck that up and
Okay,
say,
cool.
I fired out a bit of a fizzler of a firebolt there. And what I am gonna do though is now declare it's time to run away, and I'm gonna go and run over, and I'm gonna leap the fence in a single bound, and I'm gonna hide under the tree that American and Ranzin are in, eyeing up these needle blights over here.
Two of the twig blights that were standing directly in front of you just slash out with their claws. One of them rolls a 14,
Does not hit.
and the other one crit fails, slashing across the one next to it, dealing some damage to it.
Yeah, not so easy, is it?
You did more damage running away than you did with the firebolt.
When you move, it's
No way.
I just want to say, I think you've just coined an iconic Morley catchphrase. It's time to run away!
All right, it is the twig blight's turn, and the three
Look out.
sort of at the front step here. Can I actually select them? Here we go. 4 of them actually. All just come charging the Bill and the Baron. And the one on the right, the one closest to Bill. Actually, we'll do the one against the. Oh no, Bill's back now. Okay, we can do that one. The one closest to Bill scratches out at him with his claws, rolling a 7. Obviously, just scratching across just his leather armor, doing no damage whatsoever. The second one just scratches out against Bill as well, rolling a 13. Obviously, not hurting either. And the third one next to the Baron swipes out and rolls a 21.
Oh, no.
It's always a 21.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, because you have
Or
the
above.
mage armor, right? That gives you 20 AC?
No,
Yeah.
well, I could do a spell to go up to 20, but it's always above 20.
That's ridiculous.
So it was a roll of 18 plus 3, so it's only 2 damage. It does 2 damage to the wizard. Does that's all your health? 2 hit points?
I only have 2 hit points.
Okay, so then how much?
I'm okay.
How far
I
can
was
these
surprised to
guys
see Morley run past though. Like, there's a cartoonish look on my face. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, so the rest all just come sort of running out to try and swarm. And there's 2 here. There's 2 on the other side of the door that just managed to get through this door, but they don't get too far in there. One of them ends up next to this fireball of yours, American.
The flaming sphere.
This flaming sphere. So what do I have to roll for that? It's a...
It makes a dexterity saving throw,
I don't believe these guys are that dexterous.
and then if it fails, it takes 2d6 fire damage, and if it wins, it takes 1d6 fire damage.
What? Yeah, okay. Give me 1d6.
Okay.
And we're gonna
I rolled a 5.
they crit succeeded on this, so we're going to half that half basically. So it's
But then you have to double it because he's weak to it.
good point. Holy shit. Yeah,
So
that's fair.
do nothing.
That's fair. That one just he dodges beautifully. Like he flicks out of the way, and just his toe just like flicks the tip of the edge of that flaming sphere, and he lands really proud and kind of like flicks his arms up into the air and goes. "Ah!" Then just like flame just goes, and just like he's up in smoke. He's gone. He's dead.
Bad.
So despite doing a very good roll, he is dead. I think that's
It
it
looks
for
good,
the.
though.
That's it for the twig blights. But the woman within this winery makes her way and is staying maybe 10 foot in to into the winery. So not coming close to that ball of fire that you've got there, Joe. And what is she gonna do there with that range? Probably not a whole lot.
Does she
I think-
have an icon? Because I can't see where she is.
Yeah, is there two
Yeah.
druid ladies?
There's not enough of a map for you guys to. I can make her visible
Okay.
there, which is kind of where she is, but
Well, I see.
you're not in the winery. So
Right. So is she over here somewhere?
I literally just made her appear on the map. If you zoom,
She's on the
down a
white
little bit.
part of the cell.
Oh, right. Okay. There she is. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I am going to disappear her again because she shows some frustration and then just runs off to the right out of view.
Ooh.
And
Right out of you or to the right?
so that she runs towards the east out of view, so you can't see her anymore. Because the door, there's walls on the winery, and it went behind a wall like this. See this? This is my fingers. Then you go behind like that. Where are the fingers
Oh,
gone?
wow. Where are they gone? That's
Yeah, a little bit
amazing.
Weird, actually. There's no-
Oh my god! No, they're still here. They're still here. Bill, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Doing the thumb separate trick. I like that. That's the Blight's turn. It is now Mirakin's turn in the tree, nonetheless.
I don't know. I so don't know what to do. We're being swarmed on all sides, like pretty much all sides. Where did we come in from? Did we come in from the north?
You came in from the north, up the path.
Oh my
from the north.
lord. Okay, I'm feeling very uneasy about this situation.
You're in the best place. You're in a tree.
It's a pretty good place.
I'm probably okay, but for how long? And everyone else might die that's also a concern. I am gonna yell to Morley. I'm gonna yell to everyone, should we retreat? But I'm also gonna still use my turn to attack to try and, at least fend them off. Runzin's gonna scuttle down out of the tree and bite that nearest one.
Mm-hmm.
The one at the base of the tree.
Okay.
So he has rolled. He always rolls so badly. Yeah, he's rolled a 9 plus 4 for 13.
Which is a hit.
Did it meet beats?
Oh, it beat it. That's for sure.
He bit him. He did it. So he did 2 damage, and it says he also did poison damage. Oh, it has to do a saving throw.
It's a Constitution saving throw,
A
right?
DC 9 Constitution saving throw.
It rolled 11.
So it takes half as much of the poison damage. So it only takes 1.
So it's a total
So
of...
it's taken 3.
Yeah, okay, so runs in and just sinks it. Whereabouts is it sort of aiming its bite?
He's gonna go for the knees. That's
Okay.
probably where he can reach.
There's a lot of force in that and just like takes out the leg of this blight and it drops to the ground. And it manages to poison it a little bit. Like you can see it's like poison from its fangs appearing sort of on the viney leg. But this thing isn't moving. It's dead on the ground.
Good boy, Runzin. Good boy. And he scuttles back up the tree to safety for now.
Perfect.
Now I have to decide what I'm gonna do. I guess I should.
American,
gonna-
can you give me a perception roll, please?
I can. Just give me a second. Okay. I rolled an 8. Oh, what? 20. Sorry, 8 plus 6 for 14.
Okay, cool. From this sort of height, you look down. You can see a little bit of movement in the vinery, in the vineyard, off to the sort of northwest, and you can just make out a couple of the heads of these blights, sort of pushing their way towards the area that Loris is in.
Oh no!
Don't worry about me. There's only 2 of them. I'm good.
You can see. I'm
Loris
more
is
worried
in the
about
element.
the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Many
Yeah.
that I can see coming towards us.
Yeah. Those are the ones you need to deal with.
Yeah, I've made the call out to people to ask if they think we should retreat. I don't have any current moves to make on that, but I'm gonna use my bonus action to move the sphere and ram it into one of these blights at the back of the. Actually, I'll move it towards that big cluster near the Baron and Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they stay
Nice.
there, they're going to get wasted. So it might chase them off at least, or they'll get wasted.
You
so
can
that's
you
a
can
good
move
thing.
it into something, right? It stops moving when it
Yeah.
hits something, so you could just
So-
ram something with it.
I'll ram the group, which will hit at least one of them. So he has to make the saving throw now.
I think we've pretty much established that anything that touches this, even if they save very well,
Yeah.
just goes up in smoke. So
Gets
you
wasted.
just basically move that into you pick one of them, and it's toast.
I'm going to pick the one that I'm trying to how do I do the click thing again?
Just
Oh.
yeah, there you go.
I'm going to just do the one that seems to be hassling the most. Which one looks like the rudest one? I'm going to go for that.
Give me a D5. Give me a D6, and I'll tell you which one is definitely the rudest one.
Okay. I'm going to that one looked rude.
That was the one right next to Bill, like just south of Bill.
I thought he was
He's
the rude one.
really getting.
I'm
into
gonna
Bill's
ram
face.
him. I'm gonna ram him with
Yeah.
the flaming sphere, and he's gonna go up in flames.
Yeah, cool.
And so that's
I was just going to say,
Go
the
on.
sphere makes its way around the sort of the stomping, sort of where they stomp on grapes, out from underneath the cover of this balcony. And the moment it hits into the sort of the goes down the steps, rain starts hitting it, and you just hear this. It's sizzling off this thing, and little bits of smoke coming off it as it just powers towards that twig blight and just knocks into it. And there's just like a moment just before it hits where the twig blight, all it can do is go as it looks over its shoulder, and this thing just goes up in smoke.
all right. Awesome. I'm feeling like I'm at least helping my friends out from the tree, and I'm also gonna I'm gonna aim with an arrow. I also would have noticed that there was a spell cast from the corner, so I'm gonna be really worried about that as well.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Ooh. Well, there's nothing I can really do about that. I'm just gonna stick in the tree and keep with my arrow barrage.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and target the ones that, again, are hassling my buds. So I'm gonna roll with advantage again. I've rolled. Ooh, got it. I would have missed if I didn't have that feat. So I rolled a 16 plus 6 for 22.
Which one were you aiming at? Sorry, I was just taking a look at the...
I'm gonna aim perfectly between Bill and Byram for the
Oh, yeah.
second most hassling one.
Yeah,
No,
cool.
I'm not. I've changed my mind. I'm
Uh-oh.
changing the.
So not the
I'm
second
gonna do
most
the one
rudest.
furthest away, the one that's hanging out the back because he looks lazy.
Okay, yeah, cool. And you rolled a 22, doing 6 damage, and that just soars over the tops of everybody's head and just knocks this twig blade straight onto its ass, and it stops moving completely.
It's got to be the most
Okay.
indecisive sniper I've ever seen.
I actually, what it is
All within
like
6 seconds. I mean, it's
wanted
pretty
to make
decisive.
sure that if they stick next to the fireball, that I wasn't targeting one that would already be killed by the fireball,
that's fair, that's
basically.
Hey, it's
Strategy.
perfectly fair rationale. It's just I can just imagine it going, that one, no, that one.
And also, you don't want to be rude or lazy.
Yeah, that's
You will get killed.
clearly the bad thing.
Yeah, I'm looking
No
for
rude or
a
lazy
go-getter.
fighters
And I'm going to yell out, "You're welcome!"
Okay, so over to the Blight's turn. We've got these ones sort of slowly, really slowly venturing towards Loris. They're still being held up by this overgrowth. Bill, you look over your shoulder just to see what's happened with the spell you cast before, and all of the Blights that you see that were in that area have just stopped, just completely stopped. And
Exactly as I thought.
you think all is well.
Don't know why I bothered checking.
Until just a moment, one from around that corner sort of appears. And then
There's always one.
second sort of appears from around that corner as well. And just more and more of these Blights. But you're not seeing the human that was with them. Though that seems to... Their progress has seemed to have stopped. So I guess that's pretty good. But then there's a few more of these Blights making their way.
I can see you measuring, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine. Wait, I'm not measuring. Who's measuring?
No, it's me. That's perfectly fine.
I'm just letting you know, just in case you wanted.
Yeah.
You can turn
If I
it
wanted,
off.
if I wanted to make sure it's hidden, I'd hide it. But I'm quite happy
You
to
do
be
it
seeing
like
one
hidden.
of them.
There's just a lot of these Blights now making their way unimpeded. And a few more arrive and sort of make their way out of the overgrowth as well. And there's maybe 4 of them. Just Mira, can you recognize that sort of tense up from these Blights and these needles appearing on the surface of 4 of them, and they just fire out in your direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to give you a +2 to AC because you're up in the tree. One of them rolled a 5. One of them rolled a crit success.
Uh-oh.
One of them rolled a 14, and one of them rolled a 19.
Okay, so, I've got 19 with a +2, so that means...
Meets beats.
Does he meets?
The person who
Meets
rolled, he
beats.
meets and he beats. So two of these Blights have sighted you up, and just these needles come flying up into the tree. Well, the one who rolled the crit success does 16 piercing damage as these needles just thud
16!
up your side. And the other one that sort of fired did another 9 piercing damage.
Americans!
Doing a total of 25 piercing damage.
Does it look like a machine gun or something? Like,
Yeah. It's weird. It's like they've grown all these needles out from their chest and upper arms, and then sort of done their best to contort in a way to aim them all into that one point. So it's all just these barrage of needles all coming towards that tree and hitting into American. But that is the Needle Blight's turn. Loris.
Okay, so basically these 2 that have popped out their heads, that's kind of been the only movement that I've seen since the Blights were moving around.
Yeah, you haven't seen any other movement from within them.
Okay, and I've heard obviously the commotion going on behind with Morley yelling "time to run," etc., etc. Right?
Yeah, you've definitely heard that come out.
Okay, cool. I have a plan, slightly.
That's
So
always good.
what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push through to here, which I just be in front of these 2 guys, and I'm going to try and lay waste to them now. And then once I'm done, I'm going to sort of get the rest of my movement to get as far as I can into the middle of the battlefield with the rest of them.
What's your movement? How much movement
40.
do you get? So you get
I
to
have
move
40.
So you only get to move 10 foot through this overgrown area.
Oh, is that okay? Fair enough. I'll do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm not fine. All right.
Which will get you pretty much where you are right now.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, as long as I'm in front of these guys for now, and then I'll attack them, deal with them, and then I'll just watch what happens.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I want to come go, guys, but it's just too far away. So first off, I'm just going to attack the one up top.
Okay, give us a roll to hit.
and I rolled a... Oh my god, where's it gone? I rolled a 22 doing 11 damage.
Nice. That's perfect. You slice through this thing and just neatly just cut it right in half, along with a bunch of other overgrowth around it, and that just it's two halves just fall to the ground dead.
Nice. And then I'm going to spin around and attack the other dude beside him. And I rolled a 12 doing 11. Damn it.
It's a magical weapon, so that's a 13.
Oh, 13. Yeah,
And
true.
it's a magical weapon, so that's 12 damage, which again is enough. You just bring it through that first one, spot over your shoulder at the other, and just bring that axe back through, and you just cut both of them in half. By the time the first one hits the ground, the second one follows pretty shortly after that.
Cool.
And you look around, and there doesn't seem to be any more movement around you in this area.
Alright, so I'm just going to turn around and face it. Hang on, guys, I'm coming! And then I'm just going to stand there and wait.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand there.
Baron, back to you.
Oh my god, I was thinking that running away we didn't need to, but then like Morley was saying, but then all of these other ones showed up. And it looks like the one that I asked to please go away has done it. So I think I am actually, there's no one, I'm just going to yell out, we should all be attacking the druids if we can. But maybe we should run away for now. And I'm going to start running towards American in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to ask American if she can turn off the foliage, please.
Can't do it. Just
Whatever.
one other great thing about what I've done, I don't believe I can turn it off.
Really? It's not
Is it-
okay. Is it on the road or is it only on the...
It's not on the road.
Okay, I'm going to try and make my way over to along this road part and up into the road.
Now, you've only got, like, how much movement have you got?
Yeah, I was
that's
over
about
here,
right.
so
That's
that's
about right.
10, 20, about there, right?
Yeah, cool. One of the twig blights just slashes out at you, but misses as it just catches air as you head towards that tree.
And this other druid is staring with, like, swirly eyes, right?
Yeah, it is just, and that's just sort of in this little room next to this wagon with barrels on it. And it's just sort of stopped. It's just completely out of it, almost sort of like a slight sway on their feet.
Oh my god, it's turned into rhythm and vines.
Yeah. I'm going to do chill touch on this one that's closest to me. I got a 12. So
For that closest one?
Yeah.
That is enough. That's a meets beats right there.
Meat beater. Okay, now I'm going to... That's a 9 necrotic damage.
That's quite different.
Was it beats meats?
Yeah,
Meets
meat
beats.
beat is a little different.
Beats meats is a cantrip.
You do some damage and a
Mage
few-
hand.
They can be combined.
So good.
a bunch of the vines sort of unravel and sort of slough off this thing, leaving it looking quite weak but still alive.
Shit, I'm so close to all of these. It looks like a lot of them are staring at the disco ball, but a lot of them are not. So I'm nervous.
Anything else from the Baron?
No.
Bill, over to you.
I'm going to take the disengage action
Okay.
and move away from this guy. Moving up to my speed, which is, I guess, very close to where Baron was, or is. And I'm just going to call back to the party and just say, we need to get the fuck out of here. There's too many of them.
Yeah,
and I
I'm
think
nodding
that's my turn.
right next to you.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if the disengage was an action or a bonus action. So it was your action.
Disengage is an action. It's an action for me.
Okay, cool. Morley, over to you. You sort of have seen everyone listen as they've kind of joined you underneath this tree.
For the first time, because you've asked us at least twice before to run away.
All right.
It's working.
Seeing that my mad crew are like all joining me under the tree, I'm going to try and fire out since it's been such a great success.
Do it.
I'm going to fire out a firebolt just over here.
Yeah.
Which is probably either going to miss these guys or send the entire place up in flames. One of the two.
Nat one.
It is raining though, so there is that.
Oh, for God's sake. It's an exact replay. What is going on?
I think you point your finger out to cast this thing, and it's just like rain is landing on your finger, and it's just putting out any chance of... and you can feel amusement coming from that hilt in your pocket.
Oh, rude.
It makes it worse.
Laughing.
Absolute shit.
It's as good as the Baron laughing at you, though. Yeah, like the guy you look up to is not laughing at you, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yet. All right.
Yet.
Well, the writing's on the wall for this one, and Morley is going to move as far as he can up this road, saying "Sayonara." How far is that? How far can I actually go? To the rock. I'm gonna jump onto the rock. That seems like a great move, jumping up onto the rock. Right?
Yeah, you can.
You're right for jump on the rock?
You can go jump on the rock. Did I
On
get
the
you to
rock.
do an acrobatics, or is it just more of a
No.
It's like a proper
Oh,
jump.
jump on a rock.
All right.
You might
It's a wet
like
rock.
impress us, you know.
He's got one
jump.
chance to make it.
Salvage your move, you know.
Because you've got such a good track record.
I'm
can
still
only
thinking
really
about
go
that
backwards.
flip he did.
I know.
Yeah.
Did a
Alright, so
flip
the-
once.
Acrobatics
The
or
move I'm
athletics?
trying
It's
to
up to
do-
you.
on the rock is because it looks like a rock that's kind of like got a small bit and then a bigger bit. I don't know if you've ever seen the way like parkour guys move where they like dance and then push off in the other direction.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm going to attempt to land in like a crouched position on top of the rock.
Oh, that's cool.
Fantastic.
Oh, God.
I always like it when people detail things heaps.
Cool.
He rolled a
Okay,
3
like-
plus 2.
It's not a fail. You don't like hurt yourself, but you run at this thing and you end up just kind of like the rock's wet, and you end up just kind of like slipping and like trying to dig your feet in, and just you manage to like after that full 6 seconds just kind of clamber onto it, but then you get into that cool pose anyway.
So too little too late. The
Wow.
great thing is that that's very similar to a lot of attempted climbing I myself have done. So I'm really in the character right now.
Okay, it's the Twigblight's turn, but there's before there's any movement from them, there is like a sound of ravens that sort of like kicks out, and from within that sort of the sliding doors there that you saw the druid in before, a swarm of ravens just pours out of the winery and just starts slashing and tearing at some of these twig blights at the stairs, quickly followed by another swarm of ravens and another. And these 3 sort of blights that are near the door are just torn to pieces by these things.
Hell yeah.
Wait, so we've got a good druid and a bad druid?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
This is not good.
Those.
About this thing helping us.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Do I have like a token for
I've got a good
swarm
feeling.
of ravens? I feel like I do. Swarm of ravens. There we
Isn't
go.
it a murder
You
or
are happy
something?
about a swarm of ravens in the barony where there's a tyrant who lives in Castle Ravenloft.
That's concerning.
Let's just grab them all. That's a little big, so we'll put them to that. So yeah, they've just sort of like burst through and tore some of them to pieces. These the remaining twig blights just follow. They have about 20 foot of movement, and they kind of just move through.
One of them started their turn on the fireball.
Is it start or end their turn?
Oh, I think it might be end. Let me just check.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Any that ends its turn, unfortunately.
Yeah. And these things are intent on just chasing you guys. But you've thanks to those ravens, there's far fewer twig blights to deal with at this point. American. Before we jump onto you, let's take a 5-minute break here, and then we can get going from the top of the order.
Okay.
I'm glad that these birds are way more effective than any of my highly trained.
But it is like a
blights were
swarm.
more effective than your magic.
Yeah.
That's why you
Sometimes
need
it's
a
just not your
parrot on your
day.
shoulder.
Yeah, we all have shit days rolling.
Your week or your month.
But we'll be there for you. So.
We will.
Don't know how well that
If you-
translated.
If you did
No,
get
that's
your own
good. That's
bird,
good. It was at
You
least
got your
as
own
good as
bird on
my
your shoulder.
half-assed attempt at explaining the joke.
Baron, are you suggesting that I try and tame one of the ravens down onto my shoulder?
if you could get one on your shoulder,
Ooh.
imagine that. You could
See,
attack
I'm like-
the lights
Yeah.
with it.
I
That'd
had
be
a
great to
primitive.
reinforce those stereotypes I've been trying to issue the entire time.
If it was brightly coloured, people
Yeah.
would think it's okay.
Yeah.
We're
So
like, what's
just
that, a parrot on your shoulder? It's a raven, god damn it. It's
God.
not a parrot.
I've just coloured it.
I'm trying to. It doesn't really say how many are in a swarm.
Ooh.
How many's in a swarm?
I'm
More
like,
than 3.
I mean, the token has 3 on it, but I think it would have to be more than 3.
It's like the opposite of a few.
Um,
and then I feel like swarm of ravens is incorrect. We've
Oh,
got a murder of crows. So what's a group of ravens called?
Fuckload.
Yeah, I think that is.
Shitload of ravens.
Yeah, that's probably the scientific one. I
how
think.
many are there? That's,
We're good-
I'm gonna
you can
Google
block.
it right away.
what are you googling? What they're actually
What is a
called?
group? No, I'm not googling anything useful.
How
in
does
between-
the Curse of
D&D.
Strahd end?
In
Oh
between
my
in the chat
God,
said it's called
listen
a
to
lot
this.
of ravens. I like that one as well.
A group of ravens is called an unkindness
Whoa.
raven, or a conspiracy of ravens.
Oh, right.
It's
So
a
that's
murder
good.
of crows, eh?
Why did dark birds have such sick names
They're
for group
amazing.
pronouns?
Yeah, that's
awesome.
pretty great.
We're a
I'm gonna
rudeness
go
of
with-
ravens.
A conspiracy of Reagan.
cons-
Reagan's.
Reagan.
Conspiracy
Yeah.
of ravens.
Conspiracy of
That's
ravens.
when there's a
All
bunch
right,
of
that's
me.
the next T-shirt. The next T-shirt is a conspiracy of Reagans. It's just
whole
like
thing.
a bunch of Reagans.
Cute. This whole game is a conspiracy of Reagan's.
That's true.
That is so.
So it's an unkindness or a conspiracy.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Or you could. It said you could also be extremely boring and call them a flock, but I won't have it. I won't allow it.
That's really boring. Surely that's just the
Reserve
word
flock
for
for
any
seagulls.
bird. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was a bunch of seagulls. Okay. Is this based on The Birds, the movie? You seen the one?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Actually, a group
Hitchcock.
of seagulls is called a colony. But
Oh.
A colon.
But it was making a joke about a band from the 70s or 80s. Flock of
80s,
seagulls. It's a band.
flock of seagulls is banned. Yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
I haven't.
Very good.
Well, good.
Cultural reference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so ready for another sweet spell to be ruined. I'm like excited and ready for it to go horribly wrong. So brace yourself, everyone.
Oh god. Oh god.
I'm just going to say just a quick thank you to Minsky for Miensky. I like that one, Miensky, for giving us a follow. Thank you so much. If you guys are
Miensky.
watching what we're doing and you like what we're doing, give us a follow because that's super cool. And we're just counting down to 600. Nothing special happens. I just look at the number and I go, cool, 600.
We discuss it privately and
We
Yeah.
just go.
wonder where our
Good.
lives are at.
And at the end of the night, I go upstairs and I'm like, Joe, we got 600. And she's like, yeah. Yeah.
No, I would say good.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you follow us after something like that? What else? What else are we going to do? We've got a.
Well, everyone else is.
I added,
so
I
why would
added
you?
something to our bot, which I don't think anyone's picked up on yet because I hid it away in the like the about page, which you probably don't even see. But if you roll D and then put a space and then put like 20. Hey, I rolled a 4 in the chat. So you can replace that 20 with
Yay.
anything, but you can't be like roll 4D anything. So it's a pretty basic one at this point. Well, is it not going to work for anyone but me? Is that what's going on? Cool. So I messed that one up then, I guess. Maybe there's a timer on it that I need to make sure.
Is this a new feature?
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Wait a minute. Try now. Or don't. You should be able to. Look, if it's not going to work, if it's only going to work for me, then it's kind of pointless.
It only works for you.
I got it set for everyone. It's got no cooldown.
It seems really rude to just.
It's just the boss.
It's clearly just me. That's
Cool. Cool new feature. Love it.
cool. I just thought everyone might
Great
like that
new
one.
feature for the owner of the
All
room.
right, so I did it like an hour before we went live. So, but that
It's good.
I actually don't know why that's not working.
Yeah,
That should
it's
totally
good,
be
Reagan.
working. Thanks, man.
A new
Hey,
feature
man.
coming next week.
A new feature coming next week is that working, maybe, and that's only a maybe.
If you get 5 minutes before we start next week.
Yeah. I'll see if I can, if I remember before we go. Otherwise, I'm just going to remove it completely. I'm actually surprised. I really thought there would be a full blown like dice roller for Streamlabs chatbot, but there's nothing. There's just like this one Reddit post where someone's like, "Give this one a try," and it worked for me. Watch this. See if it works again.
Works on my
It worked.
machine.
It worked for me. So it only works for me, which is very strange.
What flavor trumpet, Adam?
Salted caramel and chocolate.
Oh, fancy.
Full Wellingtonian right there.
Coffee and ukulele flavored, actually.
Cool.
Hey, it's working. It's working in there now. It's so the rolling is working. I don't know what I changed, but it's working now, so that's cool. I'm sorry, not to take away from your trumpet, Adam. So I feel rude now.
Yeah.
Not to stop you from blowing your own trumpet.
Hey. I'm just eating that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that to it. I'm just eating it. What else? Would you guys? You guys have had a lot of things there that you're fighting at the moment.
What?
Yes, we are fighting a lot of things.
And-
We're frightened.
And it's just run away. What are the plans?
I hope you're not running
Not
away.
die.
Got it, baby.
So what we can do, I reckon we could try and like do a combo, run away while also trying to smash them a bit, like you know,
Yeah, ranged weapons.
firebolts and arrows as we flee, and then if they look like we're actually going to win, we can be like, you know what, we got this, bitches, like that.
Loris
yeah.
considers himself a ranged weapon, so we'll basically be attacking from 5 foot away.
He considers
You are a
He
weapon.
considers himself
I
a
am a
ranged weapon.
himself at them.
I'm a
He
ranged weapon.
considers
I'm a
himself
melee
a
weapon.
ranged weapon that fights from 5 feet away. Is it?
That is my range.
Oh, sorry, Dave, but all ranged weapons have to roll at disadvantage at melee distance. So,
Hold on. My bone fell off of my
oh no.
Oh.
No, not the
Hey,
bow.
but on a more serious note, melee or melee?
Melee.
melee.
For me, thanks.
Surely.
I say both because I'm not bothered.
Fence sitter.
What do you mean you say both? No, you don't say both.
At the
I
same
say
time.
melee
have the
sometimes, but sometimes I'll say melee.
He says
That's what I
melee.
Melee.
Melee, yeah.
Oh, it's a
Melee.
it's a melee weapon. You know, it sort of just covers both bases at once every time you say it.
I think it's because I would normally say melee, but then there's Smash Brothers and people say melee, so I've just picked that up.
No one says melee though, do they?
The announcer does on Smash Brothers Melee.
Yeah, but he's Americanizing like a French word, right?
Is it French?
Is it French or is it Latin? I think it's French.
I don't.
Accents on it that makes it look French.
Probably
That's
Frenchy.
Melee.
Frenchy.
That's how it sounds.
That was great. That was great.
I'm gonna Google melee.
A confused fight or scuffle.
Tell me is it a French
It's
word?
old French. Yeah, it is French. It comes
thought
from
it
the
was
old
French.
French.
There's no way
And then-
French would say melee. Oh, they might actually. Now that I think about it.
I don't say everything with a perfect French accent, though. I don't know if you've noticed.
See, well, I know
definitely-
Adam does. After hearing a bit of his stand-up with him saying croissant. Yeah, he's a man
Croissant.
of culture.
What a great
Wassail.
plug. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
man.
look, we won't give away too much more, but if you like the sound of that, check out www.youtube.com.
That's your YouTube. Make sure you go to your own one and look him up. Someone's saying it's melee. Melee?
It is, because you look at the accents over the E's, and the first E has the little top hat, and the second E has the thing. So it's more of a,
like, a top hat is a very distinctive kind of shape.
well, not a top. You know what I mean? The triangle.
Macron.
It has that.
There we
the
go.
Macron thing over it, which, if memory serves,
got a
isn't
little
an A
poke
sound. It's more of a
on.
M. So Merle or yeah.
No, a macron elongates a vowel.
How
Yeah,
did this
so-
happen? This con- How did
We're
we
talking
get
about
to
Dave being a ranged weapon.
this?
Oh, Loris is the ranged weapon, not me. Come on.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were one of the... I forget.
No, come on now. We're playing
very
a character
method.
here. It is not
He's a
me.
very method actor.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, if you guys are keen to get back into the carnage, we can do that.
I had
I'll
a
just
phone
be
to pick
1
with
second,
these.
but you can start.
Oh no, we can wait. We can wait for more stuff to talk about. Yeah, come and join us in our Discord. That's been busy this week. There's been a lot of chatter in the Discord, including such no-go topics as politics. So that was fun. We annoyed
Fine.
people, but no, it was all civil. It was all civil.
We weren't intentionally trying to upset people, but I just think clearly.
No,
there's some
no.
people-
Well,
No, it's just the
Whoa,
politics which
whoa,
upset people.
However, we weren't going
don't-
to upset people, but
no, exactly.
We weren't intending to.
Politics, though, that's
think
the reason.
Just politics is one of those things.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm actually just about to jump in there and put down a few hot takes on my views on religion. If anyone,
Let's get it going.
Let's get that fired up.
About the referendums New Zealand's bringing in. That'll
see,
fire.
Yeah.
You can only upset New Zealanders if you do that. We're trying to upset as many people as
Upset
possible.
more people. These
is
are
that
global.
euthanasia?
Yeah.
We'll talk about euthanasia.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Legalization of marijuana.
And legalize the
At the
cannabis.
same time.
Let's just skip the whole thing.
Just say yes.
D&D.
Just do it. They should legalize D&D.
We're not legalize D&D. They should. It's about time. I'm so
Oh my God,
sick.
it's illegal.
I'm so sick of
Good
playing like in the shadows. Yeah. But come join us. Exclamation Discord. You can get the link in chat. So come say hi. We'd love to have you to come and talk to us about what you're playing in D&D, or come tell us what we're doing right or wrong with what we're playing. We're not going to listen if you tell us what's wrong, but we'll be like, we'll give it like a reaction or something, like a little thumbs up. Yay! Thanks for telling us that. So come say hi. All of our previous sessions are on YouTube, and every episode is on basically wherever you get podcasts. So last week's episode will be going live in a couple of hours, and you can just listen to all of our previous stuff.
And I've also put the ad for Mazda's CX-5 in the Discord chat,
Oh, nice work.
I've just realised
starring the Lorax.
Oh, right.
applicable. I just realised I forgot. Okay, first of all, new thing after I broke the first
Oh, nice goblet.
Nice.
You know, with the goblet, you get a subscriber, or so I hear.
Sure. Yeah.
Secondly, because I don't like wearing the ears, I made these and put them on.
Hey, put it
Now I'm
on.
really an elf again. I'm so happy.
Oh, that looks
we go.
great.
Good.
That looks really good.
Yeah, that looks absolutely fantastic.
And now you just hide them with the
It's
Cut the
subtle,
hood?
but
It
it's
is pretty-
there. I'll just poke it out just to show it off.
yeah, that's
In the
cool.
sentence.
I get arrested for that. Anyway,
I just
someone-
realised that my political takes could be probably directly contrast with one of the highlight clips of me losing my fucking shit about Old Felcher Road to the point where I was crying. Yeah, I'm not going to listen to this guy. It's incredible.
that was amazing. I don't even know if we've got that clipped. I think I need to put that up on YouTube. That was too good. Too good.
Always good when someone just absolutely loses it. We've all had it. We've all
About
had it.
felching, especially. Old felching.
Here it goes. He's winding it up.
And doing it on the road. Just, you know.
What
had
is
someone-
it? Adam, can
What
you
is
explain it to me?
felching?
Can I explain Felcher?
Well, I was just wondering what more. Adam's thing.
Can we have a
That was
raise
so
of
funny.
hands? If
This is a D&D stream, isn't it? I don't think we'll come here for smut.
B&D.
I feel like
Oh, right.
something with two.
describe it in
No.
D&D
No,
No, I think
terminology.
it's another.
Hold on.
word.
No.
Can you read this backwards?
No, don't
look
put
at
it
that.
up. I just... Oh my...
No,
No!
dude.
Take it away! Dude!
No, don't put it on there.
Jesus! Are you trying to get us kicked off Twitch? That is the kind
It
of
was
thing.
backwards. It was
No,
mirror.
not for
If you
us
can
it
try-
wasn't.
It was
Not for the
me.
viewers
for
it
me.
was. That's the kind of shit that gets us kicked off Twitch. So can you not...
No.
Yes, it is. People have been kicked off for tamer shit
Really?
than that. So can you
I'm
try
sorry.
not to get us kicked off?
Okay.
Jesus
Even if it is about
Christ.
felching.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
I'm sorry. I'll. It was. I thought it was an obvious troll on my part.
Yeah.
It wasn't obvious, so I'm sorry.
Yeah. We got to get this on YouTube before the VOD gets deleted. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get back into it.
Don't
maybe.
delete us, I'm sorry.
Let's have a quick look.
I don't even know what it is, but don't show me.
Oh, it's just text, but honestly, even that was a bit much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I
send
read
you a
it.
video later, Baron.
Okay.
Put it in the Discord.
I had a question about the
Gotta
hood.
shoot it first.
Oh.
Actually, only if it's got the Lorax doing it.
Oh, dear.
I had a question about the hood. I got asked if I had another hood. I do have two hoods now. It's winter here, so I've put the nice woolen one back on. Keeps me warm in the winter. And then I've got a nice. It just looks black. It's black as well, but it's all.
It's the same.
Yeah,
Cotton.
It's a cotton one.
Where
need
did,
to
where did
studio
those
lights.
hoods come from, Reagan?
American made them for me. Isn't that nice?
I think Adam's still laughing because he's imagining the Lorax felching someone.
Oh my god.
Felching a chocolate tree or something. In a
Tom's
Mazda.
comment of this is great double entendre. I've got to shoot it first.
Yeah.
So many levels.
The multi-layered comedian, John.
Thanks.
All right, you guys should be back on the map. Let's cleanse ourselves of that conversation for a moment.
Let's get
All right, we're all in our happy place. No, Bill's lost it
No,
now.
don't. No happy places here.
No happy places. Jesus.
No.
At least not on camera.
Not on camera.
All right, where are we? Oh, American, you're still in this tree with Ranzin. You've just seen like three. It looked like one giant swarm of ravens just pouring out of the winery, and they sort of broke off into three groups and attacked these twig blights and just ripping them to pieces. And you're up.
right. I am up the tree actually, and I've just been absolutely peppered with all of these spines coming at me. I'm clutching my face dramatically, peppered with spines all down my beautiful visage.
That was like 25 damage total.
Yeah, like absolutely wasted. My face, my beautiful face. How dare you? And if you were looking, you would see her golden eyes flashing, glowing brighter and brighter with rage, and she dramatically lifts both her arms into the sky. And this is where I've realized the fact that it's actually storming outside is going to be extra good, because she puts her arms up in the air and raises her staff, and the flaming sphere disappears, and then you see all of the storm clouds coalescing above the blights.
Don't
And she
piss
just
off
yells,
a druid.
"Take this, bitches!" And a lightning bolt comes down upon them, and it gets in. They have to do. Okay,
First of all,
each.
whereabouts are you casting this?
Yeah, exactly. I have to like aim it, and then each creature within a 5-foot radius has to make a Dex saving throw. So
5-foot radius.
that's where I'm gonna aim it. Probably. Where can I hit the most, basically?
5-foot radius, so 10. So
There's
it's basically
basically
one of the size of these squares. Basically, is how much.
There's those ones down there, or there's the smaller ones.
Or like
I'm definitely not
this
aim
group
for the
here.
smaller ones. They didn't harm my beautiful face, did they?
There's
leave the small ones to me.
couple of good clumps here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the clumped ones that aren't in that square because I can see that they're the ones actively attacking. Now, so am I gonna get? Oh, hang on. If I click here, am I gonna be able to get all 4 of those?
So if you do it here, where you're tapping, you'll get 3 of them.
Okay. That seems like an okay. Oh, but if I do it here, I could get like 5.
If you did it, if you did it centered on, okay, just to paint a picture for some of the listeners, there's 3 that are just spacing out. 3 of these needle blights that are spaced out under Bill's spell, and there's a couple that have started moving between them. If you could place that in a way that would attack all 5.
Yeah, but so am I aware that he's charmed them, right? So
you can see that they're just sort of standing in spot, sort of swaying and not moving. And you did see Bill cast these magnificent light show earlier as well.
It was magnificent. I loved the rap, Bill. And I love the disco ball. I'm gonna go for the ones that are actively attacking, which is these 3 that I can hit.
Yeah, we can do that.
And I'm gonna call down a lightning bolt on their asses.
Lightning bolt.
And they have to lightning bolt. I just scream lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. And they have to make a dex saving throw. I don't know if anyone gets that reference, but it's the most epic laugh.
Yeah, there's deep lore.
Yeah. That is old internet that.
It will make your skin go inside out. It's so cringy.
Okay. So what did they have to roll in regards to their dex save? 15,
Search
right?
Me? Oh,
it's just
14 actually.
14? 2 of them fail.
Okay, so they take 4d10 lightning damage.
Give us 4d10.
Goodness me.
4d10, bitch, because it's actually storming, so I get extra damage.
Oh, dang. Is that how it works?
I get an extra 1d10 because it's an existing storm. So I rolled 23.
Oh, man. Okay.
And so anyone who saved only takes half that much.
Which is, what, 11? We round down, so 11. So that lightning bolt just slams down in the middle of these 3. And is it just it sparks out across the ground, and the 3 vine blights, or these, are they needle blights? Sorry, they become like this this 3-way point for this bolt of lightning now, and it shoots up through their vines and cracks back up into the sky with a deafening boom. And by the time the light sort of fades and you see what was left there, there's just 3 small piles of ash.
I love it. That's my revenge. I love it. I'm gonna use my movement to actually jump down out of the tree, and I'm actually gonna run into the vines because as a druid, I believe I now have an ability where I'm not impeded by my own or anyone's magical vine, so I can just get into like full cover there and run as far as I can, which is 30 feet.
And
So
each square is 10. So
Sorry?
yeah, each square is 10. So
I'm gonna end up in the woods, overgrown thicket next to Morley.
you could probably move another square if you wanted to. That's about 20.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
I feel like I've had my revenge, which makes me happy.
Yeah, you run past and just see Morley striking this heroic pose on this rock as you run past.
Oh, he's so cool. He probably sees me running with like just all these barbs sticking out of my face, and run, yeah, looking like a porcupine, and runs after me, but not before biting this twig blight.
Yeah, cool. Give me a roll to hit.
Scramble down the tree and go for a bite. He's rolled. He rolled at 20 plus 4.
Yeah, there's something about this specific twig blight. Maybe this was the rudest one after all. And runs in, just launches at him and just starts tearing, biting and tearing across basically all of its limbs off this thing, and then just starts running back towards you, leaving just some sticks on the ground there.
Nice.
Okay. I think that's my turn.
Okay, cool.
By the way, the storm clouds are still there because it's a concentration spell.
Oh, is that still so the... Oh, man. Oh, speaking of which, oh, man. Okay, I forgot completely to put the Sirenscape stuff on. So let's...
Thunderclap.
Yeah, I'm gonna put like some thunder and stuff into the sky as well, just to make it really feel like it's coming down.
Yeah. Didn't you see me do that spell real good, guys? Maybe I'm not the worst druid in the world.
Okay.
These druids seem pretty good also.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, good.
All right, it's the Blight's turn again. Now they're not impeded by the overgrowth anymore, so they get their full sort of movement now.
How come?
Yeah, why?
Because they're outside of the.
They're not in the overgrowth.
They're not in where.
I
It was.
thought
those
you meant
ones.
that were in there.
Oh right. No, they're still impeded. But yeah, they just. I'm just going to move them all in as they start swarming the Baron and Bill.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, thank you.
Let's just move them all first, as they all sort of make their way in. There's one. Morley, you notice just a little bit of movement coming off from the east as well. And that one. Ooh, there's some nice thunder sounds. And again, these things just tense up. Actually, is that a... Just need to check to see if that's a range. I guess it's a ranged attack. They don't. I'm not going to do that because that would be stupid. So these three, two of them just lash out with their claws, these big viney hands that end in these spikes. Two of them lash out at Bill. One rolling an 11, the other rolling a 16.
The 16 is a hit.
All right, that's 6 damage from this one. And the one next to the Baron swipes out as well, rolling a 20. You're on mute there, Shannon.
Oh, I was gonna say they roll a 22, but then they did pretty much.
So rolled a 20. So that's is that a hit?
If they hit my armor class, then it beats my armor class, right?
Yeah. So meets beats. If they roll
Meets beats.
and it meets it, then it beats it.
Okay, well that hits me.
For 7 piercing damage. The blight, there's one blight that's sort of behind the pack there, who does tense up and just unleash a whole bunch of needles towards Bill. He's only rolled a 12. And another one from within the pack of sort of charmed blights rolls a 15 out towards Bill, which I believe is a hit. That's a hit.
Meets beats.
That is 11 piercing damage from that one.
Oh.
Ow.
I'm not the only porcupine in town.
And unfortunately, there's it's like that stirring that you noticed in the vineyard there, Molly, off to the east. You sort of focus on that, and just a whole bunch of these needles just come shooting out of the vineyard towards you standing on the rock. But they just hit the rock. They just bounce and ping off the rock in front of you.
Yeah, and you getting on the rock was a good idea. You laughed at me at the time.
And that's
That wasn't what we're laughing at, but okay.
that's the
So salty.
I thought that was what we were laughing at. But anyway,
Thanks, teammate.
that's the Blight's turn. It's over to Loris, who's now just standing in this overgrowth. The storm really kicking up above you now. And like I said, you don't notice any more sort of movement around you.
Cool. So from where I am, I think I can get to these two blights down here if I'm running through the gaps here.
That whole area is overgrown. So you move at a quarter of your speed if you're making your way through. You could venture back down this path that Murican cut earlier and have your full movement.
Fuck!
Come join us at Party Rock.
It's going to take me forever to get there.
Worth it though.
One turn.
You just
yeah.
got to dash, right? If you want to get...
Well, yeah, so if I
I've
dash,
got-
I could do 80. And that would, I mean, I
So-
could dash slowly and get like 20 feet,
20 feet, yeah.
which is about to there.
Yeah,
Could you-
you'd be basically just getting into... right on the edge of the clearing at that point.
All right, so I'm going to dash to get to here. And just as I kind of appear out of the overgrowth, I'm just going to like, stay alive, everyone! I'm almost there. And there's
Oh, the cavalry's
The
here.
hero has arrived.
This guy.
actually from there I can probably throw a javelin at
Not if
one of
you
these guys
not
that
if
are
you've
closer.
dashed, right? Your dash is your action.
Oh yeah, that uses action.
No,
yeah,
but
true.
he gets 2 actions, doesn't he?
No,
No.
He gets
only-
2 attacks.
only
Oh,
his
to attack
on an
Ah,
action.
right.
He gets
No,
to
yeah,
attack as an action.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is me. I'm
Okay.
here.
No bonus.
What about
no
this?
bonus.
What if he used his axe as an attack on the plants and then just could use the more normal action, then do another attack? Is that a thing?
So like basically
Like a
like
machine.
Use
Cutting-
the axe to like
cutting
cut down
through
the
the
plants
growth.
as an attack.
Bushwhacking.
I mean,
Yeah.
you totally could. You could cut your way to that point, but you'd be
It'd
using.
take the same time, wouldn't it?
And yeah, you'd
Yeah,
have
but
to
if that way
take an
you could
action,
use it
then
to attack. You attack
I'm
the.
there. Dashing was effective enough. I'm
he
there.
wouldn't be able to get.
I'm trying to help.
He
but
wouldn't be
never
able.
mind.
He wouldn't be able to get to that point. If he attacked once, he would only cut like a small swathe of that overgrowth away. He'd still have to push through to get to someone that he could then attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll move. Baron, over to you.
I see.
Okay, well, I'm glad that our
And-
save's finally right at the bottom, but everyone's decided to run away. But I'm still running. I'm running up the road. And I should get up near Morley, and I'll see him in a superhero pose on top of the rock. Just look up and go, "Fuck, how'd you get up there?" That's cool, Les.
Yeah,
Amazing.
you-
I might get an opportunity attack against me or something.
Yeah, one of them swipes out, but a crit fail again. You're too fast for these things, and it just slashes out against you, but misses and just... Actually, we'll do a D100 here.
Does it kill itself?
Well, this is going to be a little different because there's Bill there as well.
Still more damage than Morley's doing.
So, let's see what... So 15...
Sorry, I'm going to
Unnecessary.
the rude motherfucker that finally showed up.
Yeah, I know,
What
I
did
know.
he say?
Yeah. So that's 57.
Staffing Morley out?
Sorry.
Even though he's been out in the vineyard picking grapes.
I'm protecting the
Uh,
vines,
nature
alright?
Yeah, so this thing swipes out, misses you, but does catch its friend next to you, the one that was attacking Bill, and manages to just cut it neatly in half with its swipe. Drops one of these blights to the ground.
Oh,
So what are you
I'm
doing
going
up
to
by
turn
this
around
rock?
and I'm going to shoot Chill Touch at this one next to Bill.
Okay. Okay,
Now
cool.
you get brave.
Give me a roll to hit.
Here it is.
Come on, there's bodies everywhere. Let's go.
That'll be a 13. I've accidentally rolled an advantage.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
So the lowest one, the first one is 13.
That's right.
And
That
a
is a
damage
hit.
of 9.
Cool, that is a hit. And again, this some of its vines start sloughing off this thing, but it's standing still on its feet, although it doesn't look very good.
I could have wiped out the winery, I think, but I'm actually more worried about the wine.
That makes sense.
That's fair.
Fully fair.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, cool. Over to you, Bill.
I'm just going to disengage again and move up with the crew. I have a reaction if they attack any of us.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Morley, back with you on top of that rock. You've just had
Yeah.
these needles just like bounce off the rock that you're standing on.
Yeah. Can I see where they came from?
They came from sort of near the tree off to the east there. Sort of opposite
Right.
the tree that American was in.
So can I see a target to?
I will give you... You can aim at where you saw it come from, but it will be an AC 5 being added on. Because it is in full cover.
Right. I'm not down for that level of challenge. I'm going to glance over there like a furtive glance, but then knowing how I've been going, I'm going to pull out old Lip Ripper, which is the name I've just given my crossbow.
Lip Ripper.
And
It's better than what was that other one you had the other day? Oh, the one from Wish?
I forget.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm going to aim my crossbow at this sucker here. You
Okay.
see which one I'm pinging?
Yeah. The one
Yeah.
that just
So
got
he's
done
like-
in by Chill Touch.
Yeah, he's right in my line of sight.
And he's not looking
And,
good.
I'm going to see. Take this, you twiggy bastard! I don't know why I've suddenly developed an American accent in there, but here it comes. Oh, man.
Cool. What's that?
16 plus... Wow, 17 plus 9 if I'm still packing the magic whip.
Yeah, cool. So 17 is the hit, and 9 for damage. Yeah, what was that? Short bow or crossbow? It was a short bow, was it? You pull it off and just...
It's what I use for my crossbow.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you send a bolt straight into this thing that just... it's already got a few of its vines sloughing off thanks to Chill Touch. And you just lop it straight, dead center, in the middle of its head. And with some decent force, just knock it onto its back, dead.
Nice work, Mr. Morley. Nice work.
Thanks, Loris.
Welcome back.
He's certainly a win as a team, lose as a team, Loris, isn't he?
Any sort of... okay, well, I mean, our viewers can see that as well. I mean...
I don't know if I.
Oh, no. Not
Good.
Anything
Trying
else?
to avoid that.
Oh, poor Irina is all I want to say.
I
Oh,
reckon. Man.
All I'm gonna do is call out to Loris. Good enough for you, big man.
cool. That is... Anything else from Morty before we move on? Just the calling out. Cool. It is the Twiglight's turn, but again, before they get any sort of chance to move, the swarm of ravens just flies out. Just flies out and manages just to tear these twig blights to pieces before sort of gaining some height again. Loris, you're
Loris
so
is so
gutted.
gutted.
You're so gutted that you got help in a very uneven fight. So
I'm not the one who needed help. The ones that are running needed help. I was right.
I know
on the
you've
back.
been dealing with like 4 people, while everyone else has been dealing with 45 or so, I guess. But yeah, so the swarm of ravens come
I'm
and
here to
tears
help
them to
now.
pieces, and then take back up into the sky to get some height, leaving no twig blights left.
Wow.
American, over to you.
She's got both her arms up in the air and her staff raised high, and she's kind of laughing maniacally. She's like, I'm controlling the storm. I'm controlling the storm. And she rains down
you.
another lightning bolt. She's like loving the power
Jeez.
of the lightning storm coming under her control. So I am going to target this little clump here next to the tree of these 3.
Oh yeah,
That
okay.
just seems only natural because I'll be able to hit all of them. So make a dex throw, guys.
We can do that.
And then I do 4d10. And I roll
Oh.
33, that's alright.
Damn.
Net 10.
And what did they? Actually, 33. So even if they succeed, they get half of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Those 3 blights, again, just another cracking of thunder as the 3 just get disintegrated into
Wow.
small piles of ash.
I'm gonna pop out of the thicket that I've been in to see the other party members up near the rock, and I'm gonna be like, did you see that? They're ash now. They're ash now. I did this. Maybe we have a chance after all.
Loris, time to show everything.
So Loris is just watching these blights getting ripped to shreds, and he's looking to where American and the party are, and he's like really confused as to why the fuck you're running when you're just blowing these things to smithereens. So it's having a moment of confusion, but slightly bewildered.
There's an unkindness of crows up there.
I will just stop you for a minute, Dave. It's not your turn. I was just having a dig. So American, anything else you want to do with American or Ranzan?
I will hunker down in the thicket.
Okay.
I just want to check if my Cool Lightning is a bonus action when I redo it.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the chat when you cast it last time.
Use your action to cool down lightning again. So I think for my bonus action, I'll pull out some of these spines out of my face while whispering healing words over myself.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I'll roll a d4 for that.
Okay, cool.
D4? Crap, that's crap. Oh no, wait, I think I get more because I'm a higher level now.
I hope you do.
Because I was used to it being so crap. Hang on. I'll do it properly through Roll20. Cast it at level 1.
You use a high level slot if you cast it at a high level.
Yeah, I'm just going to use a level 1 and I get 4.
So
I rolled a 1 plus 3.
Wait. So the cooling the lightning down was an action. Is that right?
Yeah, and healing word is a bonus action.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, sweet. That's awesome.
That's my move. I'm just going to keep runs in, and I'm going to stay hiding in the bush.
So you're like just pulling out these little needles, like...
It's like, and like, ooh, and like saying things in Elvish and patting my beautiful face's back. Like that.
Oh, damn it. Why'd that happen? Sorry, my Roll20 just closed with all my information. That's all right. It's the needle blight's turns again. And hopefully I can get logged in and move things around pretty soon. But there's only, 2 within that group that can sort of move at all at this point. The rest still have that sort of silent sort of sway going to them. Here we go. We're back. Slowly though. We're back, but slowly. And one of the Needle Blights manages just to walk over its dead partners, and so does the other one. They're kind of standing side by side at this pathway, this intersection. And then again, there's just a little bit of movement off to the east from within this vineyard as well. And all of you on that near that rock notice and hear that as well. And then just out of the 2 standing in the pathway and the one that is sort of hidden within the bush, just an absolute barrage of needles from both directions. So it's going to roll. And they've all rolled very, very badly. I was going to have them sort of aiming towards people, but Bill, go.
I had a reaction.
Okay.
If one of them targeted us, so I guess I'm assuming a lot of them are coming at me. As the person who's closest. So I'll say, as this guy like pricks out his spines because I can see him, and it's gonna say, "I don't want no shrubs," as he fires spines at me, and I'll reduce his roll.
Okay.
By 1d8.
Okay, give us a roll.
I
reduced it by 1, which was totally worthwhile taking up everybody's time for.
Hey, you never know. That could have been exactly what you need, because all of these do miss. Basically, the 2 standing.
Only because of that, though, eh?
Yeah. You'll yes. The one in the
side of his best friend's right at the time, because he's running through that way.
The one in the bush to the east just peppers the side of this rock with those needles, and the 2 standing on the path looking at both Bill, Morley, and the Baron let rip with their needles, but it just leaves a path of needles from them right up the pathway and stops like right near your feet.
It's like a Monty Python movie where we like look down. Mortal danger has just completely evaded us, and we're like, okay.
Yeah. And Loris,
no, my eyes are bugging open.
Loris, it is now your turn.
Yay. I go back to my previous statement of why the fuck are you running? Still can't believe it, but never mind.
Is Laura saying that to us?
Loris, was just looking at you guys confused as to why you ran. I don't quite understand it, to be perfectly honest, but never mind. You probably can't see that given you're up on a rock and behind bushes.
Said that.
But
what has Loris said?
Yeah.
Loris didn't. Loris was like looking like, why the fuck are you running? And carries on.
So he doesn't say anything. He just looks at us.
No, he just said it.
No,
so
I said, why the fuck are you running?
No, I thought you said he was looking at us like, why are you running?
There was no like.
Simile.
It was.
So Loris like emerges from the overgrowth and just looks around and sees none of you around, and just yells out, "Why the fuck are you guys running?"
Because to be fair, I've been hidden in this bush battling like 4, and all I come out and see is dead bodies. So I don't know.
This is Loris's Vietnam.
And there's just 3 unkindnesses of ravens.
Yeah,
Yes.
floats
There's
of
a
like
swarm.
that have just sort of taken it to the sky, leaving these like broken twigs and sticks in front of you.
So those ravens are quite high up from. They've obviously gone back up to some level, right?
They're not too high up. They're like they've gone swooping high. They're probably only maybe 20 foot up.
Okay, that's cool. They don't appear to be threatening me in any way, shape, or form.
No.
That's right. Cool. Next question.
Yeah, it's not ominous at all.
Just sussing shit out.
Good work.
They're ravens.
Seems fine.
They're not
Go have a
threatening me.
glass
I'm
of
good.
wine if it's no such a problem.
Can I see any of the druids or anything like that around? Like, I'm
From your
looking at a
current
map.
position, you've just got like absolute carnage up on this balcony where the grapes have been stomped. You've got bunch of needle blights that are just like slaughtered and piles of ash, and then there's maybe like 5 off to the like past your vision of this tree here. 5 of them just standing there swaying with their hands by their sides. 2 of them looking ominous at the sort of where this path joins onto this winery area.
Not wanting to be too controversial, but to coin a phrase, it looks like it's been a beautiful battle, and I'm very impressed. So yeah, given the current situation, I'm just going to sprint across in front of these 2 and blocking their path.
Mm-hmm.
And as I come across, I'm just going to swing my axe from the side of this one in the direction of the other one.
Yeah, perfect.
Just kind of take out as much. I'm currently not raging because I didn't rage. I lost my rage with dashing through the bush.
Gotcha.
So, and I've
Bushwhacking.
yeah, that. And given I've forgotten to actually, I've rather commented on the fact that I'm not raging, and rather than raging, I'm just going to swing my axe normal.
Okay.
There we go. So I'll give you the 2 attacks on that anyway.
Wordiest attack.
Yeah.
Sorry, okay? My God.
And we add
so the first
add
attack
one
was
onto
a
each
14,
one.
the second one is a 22.
And we add 1 on for magical weapon for each of those.
So 15 and 23 doing 12 and 15 damage.
Yeah, you just bring it through both of them, just lopping them beautifully in half. The vines just breaking and snapping as your axe passes through, leaving them just in pieces on the ground in front of you.
Okay. So seeing the last 2 kind of that are dangerous, or that aren't just standing there swaying, I'm just gonna look around the back of the guys, gonna go, what gives? Like, just come on, let's finish this.
Go for it.
And I think as these 2 drop, you notice as well that a human sort of standing within that sort of wagon area, again, hands by its side, just sort of swaying softly.
Alright, so that was probably, to get there was about 30 feet. Can I move another 10 just across the bodies to get closer towards her?
Yeah, sure.
Cool, I just want to put myself on top of bodies, although now I'm technically underneath bodies, but I'm in
I'm
there
sure
somewhere.
I'm sure I can move those. And
Cool.
make sure that we can see you. Okay, great. Baron, over to you. So you've just seen Loris step out and just waste the 2 that shot needles in your direction.
And he's goading us.
And he's goading you. Yeah.
Look up on the rock, see Morley, and then see Bill next to me and say, hey, maybe he's got a point. Should we attack the droid while we've got a chance from a range? No, not close up. Or should we boost it? Nod for attack, shake head for boost.
We got 1, 2 nods.
Okay, we got nod. Okay, that's good enough for me. I'm going to shoot a...
How much response time do we have?
6 seconds, I guess. Ish.
So I'm just gonna say we should encircle her.
Oh, for
did I
one
hear?
attack.
Yeah, you're close enough to have heard that.
Okay, I'm gonna yell out, you know, I think we've got these. I've been turning a lot of them to ash.
Someone's high on power.
Now she's confident.
I'm just gonna say we need to encircle her all at once.
Leave her till
Okay.
last.
All right, leave it till... Okay, I'm going to attack this closest bush person first.
Okay. Roll
with just with chill touch.
just with chill touch.
Stop humanizing the monsters. I feel guilty.
Bushman.
Worse.
A 12 to attack and a 13 damage.
Yeah, that one just falls to pieces. And all of its vines just unravel and become just a pile of these vines on the ground.
I'm going to move a little bit closer than what I was.
Ooh, getting brave.
Getting brave.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Cool. Anything else from the Baron?
No, that's all.
Bill, over to you.
I'm gonna move up to this one,
Oh, yeah.
and he's still enamored by the thing.
yeah.
I'm assuming,
Hands by his side.
and I'm just gonna drive my rapier up through the twig blight, or up through the needle blight.
Okay.
Shrub man.
Give me a roll to hit.
Is he, given he's incapacitated, does he have the? Do I have an advantage, or
I don't know, actually. Was there any sort of information on your hypnotic pad?
so the state is called incapacitated?
Okay, let's take a quick look then. Because that's a good...
What, are you saying do you have advantage on them? If they're incapacitated, you do. It's just like, isn't it like being paralyzed?
Yes, basically.
Just going to have a quick look. Might as well... An incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions. That's it. So there's no advantage, no disadvantage.
Okay. Well, I still do it.
Okay. Okay, give us a roll. What's that?
I rolled a 6 plus. No, I rolled a 4 plus 7 is 11.
Which is just not quite enough. It's just with the swaying, you managed just to jab the rapier sort of in between a couple of the vines without really doing any damage.
That was a neat trick. Anyway, somebody else's go now.
Okay, Morley, up on top of that rock.
All right. I'm just gonna see if I've got the appropriate range. Hang on a minute. Now, going through that tree, you're probably gonna give me some sort of disadvantage or covering, aren't you?
Yeah, we are using cover rules, so it'll be +2.
However, if I go for this guy, it's a pretty clear shot.
Mm-hmm.
He's really hard to hit.
All right. I'm just going to pull out Lip Ripper again and fire off another.
Oh, I love the names.
Fire off another bolt, going straight and true.
Not.
Roll to hit.
Hey.
Cool. 14 is enough. That just pushes straight through, whips past like Bill's normal air, human air, I should say. Never normal. I'm not trying to say your other one's abnormal, Bill. Your human air. And just whips past.
Microaggression.
And just like, again, straight into
Wow.
straight into the head of this thing, and drops it to the ground, dead. Now, what I can do, because they are all incapacitated, we can just sort of fast forward a minute or so while you guys walk through just
I would like
cutting
to
all these
turn them
things.
into ash, actually.
Let's
if
d-
possible.
yeah, okay,
I'm
yeah,
on
yeah.
a power trip.
All
One of
right.
my spells has finally worked.
Come on, let her have her power trip.
Okay,
She kind of
yeah, sure.
needs
This
this.
is like I'm actually
All you
helping.
American.
Okay.
I was gonna
Get it,
target
girl.
it's my
Get it.
turn anyway, so I'm gonna like whisper it to Ranzan, watch this, baby, and I'm gonna be like, I call upon the power of lightning, and I raise my staff.
She's
and I
having
roll-
such a good time.
I roll a four d10s on their asses.
I mean,
how many
I
times
can only
did
hit
Tim
2 of
American
them,
roll
though,
4d10? I mean, it's just
Oh, I rolled crappy, but it's a
and
17.
they've got to roll dodges. That was actually pretty low on that time.
Yeah, it was
but
kind
at
of
17
crappy.
they can't roll a thing anyway.
Oh,
'cause
true, they don't. They
Oh yeah, they
auto-fail
don't.
their
They
dex.
don't. So they
Yeah.
instantly just erupt into this light show, and once the light dissipates again, just a couple of piles of ash on the ground.
So there's one
Yeah.
left now, right?
Is there?
over
Is
here.
there no one close enough?
There's one on the right there.
This one there
Yeah, we're close enough.
is
Yeah,
left
cool.
at this point.
Anything from Ranzin?
He's gonna wave his spider legs in the air, looking very impressed with his mama.
It's like,
He's gonna be like,
hey, oh,
oh, he's gonna be like this.
yeah, nice.
That's
Love
my
it.
turn.
Okay, cool.
Fantastic.
Well, it is the Blight's turn. Obviously, that one over there in its sort of state that it is in. But there's just like a little bit of movement. You guys forgot about the little bit of movement in the off to the side. And just a bunch of needles just go soaring out of this overgrowth and all up the side of the Baron.
Baron!
Oh, what? They're not going for the cool guy on the rock?
You're like right there.
Gotta go for me.
You're like right there. And does 9 piercing damage as these needles just.
What was the attack?
It was his needles. Just these needles have come flying out of the bush.
But what's the attack?
What's-
For my
Oh, a
see if
piercing.
I can avoid it.
You mean like the damage?
No, the attack roll.
Oh, a total of 22.
Oh, cool.
That's why I just cut to the. That's why I just cut to the chase. I was like, I'm not. Yeah, sorry. Yes, you didn't dodge it. That's
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's a 9.
9 damage. But it has made its way to the edge of this overgrowth, and you see it sort of poking its head out as it sort of lets out one of these wooden roars out towards
Son of a gun.
the Baron. Loris, over to you. Surrounded by dead vines
Dead
and piles
bodies.
of ashes.
See, Loris just wishes he would have been the one to cause all this carnage, but he's enjoying being inside of it.
Wait,
Excuse
what's
me?
Loris doing to the ash?
Oh, Belch on the road.
Take me home, all about your road.
Okay. So I think, all right, I'm just gonna Loris would have heard this little twig thingy popping its head out of the bush and laughing. Gonna spin around and have a look. Oh yeah, Baron's got this. He's and I'm just gonna run into this into the shed in front of the druid.
I like that you said I've got this after it would have been like a loud shrieking pained noise.
Yeah,
You
he's
see
got
a
this.
small, weak man just absolutely covered in porcupine-like quills. He's like, he's
Yeah.
fine.
He's okay. He's got this.
Couple of
Well, he
spots.
he did blat like 11 at a time,
Yeah.
a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I
Loris,
know what the Baron's capable of.
I do just want
No, I
to
got this.
let you know, just in case you missed it. There was a point where Bill yelled out to everybody, "Let's surround her. Let's surround her."
I heard that.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily mean
Great.
So now that I'm in front of the druid, I just want to take a brief pause to kind of get an idea of what the hell she is. Like, just from what I can see, like, do I get an idea that she is a druid? Like, I mean, I haven't seen.
So
I've only heard
she's
what everyone's said.
wearing animal leathers and furs. And this one, she looks quite old. She's got grey hair that's sort of peeking out from the top of her cowl, and she's just standing there with her arms by her side and her staff in her hand, and she's just swaying, and she's just looking through you, and her breath stinks. Like she's almost got like you're looking at where that smell is coming from. There's just like brown and broken teeth filling her mouth.
So in Loris's mind, he's just kind of looking at it and going, "Looks like druid, looks like American. Yeah, okay, this could be a druid. She looks pretty defenseless.
It doesn't look like American."
He's going to take a stop and just go, "Yep, smells like druid."
Like it's not an elf. Like American's an elf.
Yep.
Like
it doesn't. Just looks like druid, smells like druid, must be a druid.
I don't smell like that, just for the record.
And I'm just going to stop
full
there
of compliments
because I remember Bill saying, "Surround her and wait." So I'm just going to wait.
Okay, Baron, over to you. You've just you've sort of like moved down this path, confident that you're going to be like helping out, and just stopped in your tracks as this big bolt of needles just pelts up your side.
Yeah, attacked by like.
And you look off to your left, and this face of this blight is peeking out from this overgrowth.
Like a turtle head. Okay, well, is he within 5 feet?
He's within 10 feet.
Good. Because that means I can run away from him without getting an opportunity attack. I'm going to run past him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to turn back to face him and shoot him with just chill touch.
Okay, give me a roll to hit.
Here we go.
The bunny's doing its nightly freak out.
Oh, am I missing it?
A 17.
17 is a hit.
And 14 damage.
And just like the other one, its face starts unraveling with this rotten vines just falling off it, and its body just falls out of the overgrowth and just splays itself out onto the ground, dead.
See, he's got this.
Look at the bunny.
Okay, for podcast listeners, there's a bunny in the background of American's shot going crazy at the moment.
He's doing laps and jumps.
Oh,
He's so cute.
It's the bunny zoomies.
It's the bunny zoomies. Now he's going to stop now.
Yeah, it's about this time every night.
He's going to be doing nothing now.
There's another bunny there.
I can see 2 of them now.
There's 2.
He's just bunnying around, being the best.
And before
Anyway.
anyone freaks out
Sorry to
about them
pull
being on
focus.
carpet,
Druid stuff.
It's a scrap carpet. They're not ruining actual carpet. Anyway, where were we? Baron, you've just sort of run forward. You've done the thing, killed the blight. Anything else?
No.
Over to you, Bill.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to. So this platform here that the druid is on, that's like 5 feet up, right?
Yeah, there's like some stairs up to it. Yeah.
I'm gonna move up here next to Loris, and I'm gonna say, go behind her and have your axe ready. And what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna be in front of her with my rapier placed at her throat.
Okay.
But not attacking her.
All right. Are you preparing an attack?
Yes.
Okay, cool. What are you waiting for specifically?
For her to show aggression towards us, but it's more of like I'm taking a threatening stance.
Sure.
And I'm urging Loros. So I'm saying, Loros, go behind and be ready with your axe.
Okay.
Are you cool for me to move myself now?
Not until your turn.
Or do you want to wait? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Morley, over to you on the rock here.
Alright, I might sound like a bit of a D&D noob here, because this is probably going to be like basic as for lots of people, but I don't know it very well.
It's called a D20 because of how many sides it has.
That is my tip.
Okay.
What's a D20?
I'm just reading up on Dash.
Okay.
I think I can use Dash to get like all the way to the druid in one turn.
So you get double your movement, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But that's your action.
Yeah. I don't need to do anything else, so that's fine. I'm just going to
Okay.
get him to the Greek, get him to the druid.
Okay, cool.
If he is a rogue, he can also use a bonus action, cunning action to dash.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Ooh.
So if you're a
That's
rogue,
only true if he's a
would still
rogue, which we haven't yet established as canon. Just FYI.
I don't know what any of that means. So
it basically means
It means you would still have your action.
Yeah, you can use your bonus action to dash, and then keep your action to do an action.
oh, that would be interesting if I was a rogue. But, I'm here now.
Okay.
And that's my goal. So
Okay, so
I'm
no,
gonna be like, if she's up on a little platform, I'm gonna be like beside her, but like on ground level, looking up.
yeah, you're sort of in between the little raised area she's on and this wagon that's full of these barrels.
The rust stinker.
Cool. It would be the Blight's turn, but one is still just sort of dopey and swaying on its feet. Loris, over to you.
Wait, did you?
Oh, wait, did I miss someone?
You missed.
Oh, I missed
American.
American. Sorry, American. Over to you.
I'm gonna move forward. And I'm just gonna look over at that blight sitting there dumbly and just be like, "Is anyone gonna? Hey, you get that? I mean, call upon the power of lightning." And I guess I'll roll 4d10.
Okay.
It's well timed with the
Right.
thing. Did you hear that? I rolled a 27.
Yeah, that's perfect. This thing just erupts into flame, and all that's left is yet another pile of ash.
Oh my. I'm gonna call out also. Be careful, there's another one around here. Another druid.
Yes.
Be on alert.
Loris, over to you.
Yeah, so hearing Bill's instructions, I'm just gonna move past, or however I need to get behind the druid and have my axe raised, ready for basically ready for Bill to make his move, because he's kind of what is my trigger. I'm just gonna wait, and if Bill goes, then I'll slice
Yeah,
down.
cool. Baron?
I will ready chill touch, I think.
Okay, are you waiting for any sort of an attack on that druid? Or?
Yeah, if anyone else attacks her, I'll attack her.
Okay. Bill, we're back with you.
What are the ravens doing?
That's a good question. They've just sort of been They've just been soaring in circles above this sort of battleground, I guess. Just keeping an eye over things.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna point where I think the other druid went inside the winery.
Okay.
Evil monkey finger point. And I'm gonna attempt to reach out using a spell called message.
What do you?
Now it doesn't say I need to see the target, but it says, yeah, I guess I don't know where.
You don't know where she is, right?
No, so it's a bit of a shot in the dark.
Right. I'm gonna
So
save you a move. I think there's infinite number of places she could be inside in that building right now. So, and is there a radius on that thing, or how does it work? Do you have to pinpoint exactly where they are?
The target is a creature within range.
But it doesn't say
So-
you have to know where they are.
And it's got a range of
No,
120 feet.
so I
Oh,
guess
okay.
what I saw her leave via the back way,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna point where I think she might be.
Okay.
And then you tell me, like, I'm assuming it's not a very good chance, but I'm just gonna point out. So I still have my rapier at the throat of this other druid, and I'm just gonna say, I don't know if you can hear this, but we have your sister. We don't want to hurt anybody, but we do want the winery to go back to its rightful owners. if you can hear this, please respond. Let me know. Looking forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely, Bill Scolciolancia, Esquire.
And you just hear like a whispering in the back of your mind, the return of this message, and it's a simple whisper of kill her, just kill her.
Whoa.
Do it, Bill.
Okay.
Do it, Bill. Do it, Bill.
I don't kill
Oh, it was
her.
Loris whispering that.
Yeah.
I don't kill her, but that is my turn.
Okay. Morley, you've been sort of standing there at the ready to attack, and Bill just hasn't done anything. You don't know what he's just done, but he's pointed a hand out to the room, to the winery, and has just stood there kind of not doing anything. Yeah.
I'll come out in the winery as well.
Wow.
When I look down southward to where the map kind of cuts off, what do I see?
Okay, cool. I'll just have to swap over to the other map here.
Sorry.
Thanks, I guess. No, that's fine. Let's have a quick look. So you're looking down. I wonder if it's going to be easier if I just show you that map for a bit. No, I can describe it. So parked in this loading dock is a wagon with 3 barrels set in braces on the bed of the wagon. There's a raised wooden walkway that runs around the west, south, and east walls, which is what the druid, Loris, and Bill are standing on. Through a hole in the ceiling, you can see a wooden arm of a loading crane above at the top, with ropes and hooks dangling down from above. And at the southern end of the room, there is an open door, sort of the southwest, that leads into a little dark corridor, and a closed door right next to it on the western wall.
All right. I want to use my natural athletic ability, which we've all seen so many times now, to try and launch myself up at these ropes and see if I can shimmy into the ceiling.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, there's definitely a rope sort of... if you can give me a decent athletics roll, we can say that you can grab and climb up these ropes.
All right. Here goes nothing. Oh,
yay.
but still.
17
What'd you get?
total, 14 plus 3. That's a good. I think that's good enough. I think you leap up. You jump up onto the wagon, and you leap up and grab onto this rope, and slowly, hand over hand, pull yourself up onto this, up through the roof of this area and into this room with this crane. And this room has a wooden floor with like a 10-foot square hole cut into the middle of it, the hole that you've just climbed up yourself. Looming over that hole is the wooden winch, a wooden winch, and perched sort of like, it was hidden behind the crane sort of itself, but as you've gotten up close to it and you're holding on at the end of this rope, you can just see perched atop of it now is a man with just wild hair and just these rotted teeth and skin completely just painted with blood, and he waves this gnarled little staff at you, and it looks to be made out of some sort of black wood, some darkened wood, and he just babbles some incoherent sort of words in your direction.
Yeah.
And that's where we're gonna end it tonight.
Morley, you've really gone into the fire. Yeah. From the other
Out of the frying pan.
frying pan into the fire. You've discovered a dirty old man in the attic. Covered in blood.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how did you know to go up there? I was having really trouble picturing the situation. Oh,
Oh, bunny
Bunny's
movement.
It was going crazy before. It was just like doing laps of the cage and
Everyone
jumping
just
around.
gets distracted by the bunny.
Like, it hasn't been doing it for like nights now. It used to do it every single night, and now I'm downstairs. I don't even get to see. I have to watch
You can replay the footage,
just
the crappy footage of it, and go, oh.
The hood is off. It is. I should take it fully off actually, because it's quite hot. Even though it's winter, it's still very hot.
I'm dying. It's way too hot. Why did I wear this?
Also, Sir Brave Scott, thank you so much for resubscribing for the 5th month now. So thank you so much. You know what you get? First of all, you get you get hugs, and you get, you make me all warm at the start and end of every stream. But you also get one of these. A couple of dances. No one else is doing it.
I'm struggling to. I've got one arm.
Thank you so much. We got a little bit of a shimmy from Shannon. The shimmy Shannon. The Shannon shimmy. Very good. But thank you so much for your support, Sir Brave Scott. If you liked what we did tonight, give us a follow. You don't have to subscribe. We do this shit for free if you want it, but give us a follow because we like that. That when that number goes up, that makes me very happy as well. It makes me warm inside too. So
it makes us feel slightly better.
Yeah. about
when we see it go up, we go, good.
We just go, oh, good. Yeah.
There's no better feeling than that, is there?
That's better than it was.
Just making a bunch of 6 Kiwis just go, oh, yeah, good.
Hey, good.
Yeah.
It's like that Twitter meme. Yeah, 6 is good, but have you ever got one more subscriber?
Follower.
Yeah.
Subscribers are a whole other ball game, but yeah.
One more follower.
But if you do subscribe to us, you do get access to the Needles Wheel, which I didn't get a chance to. Still, that's another session now without me pulling out the what you guys got last time Needle visited. So we've got a little counter ticking down in the bottom right of your screen, which as it goes down, when it gets to the bottom, Needle shows up, spins a big wheel, and something can happen. So he spun one last week, at the start of last week, which said that'll be a no from me, and I still haven't unveiled that. I still haven't done that yet. I'm still waiting.
I thought he was due to come back again for some reason. I don't know.
No.
That's what I thought you were referring to, but no. So the no from him still hasn't occurred.
Yeah. So if you're a subscriber, you actually in our Discord you get access to the Needles Wheel room or channel where you can make suggestions for things that can appear on that the wheel, basically either non-combat or combat.
So they might actually know what we don't know.
Oh, yes. I know for this one was one that was given to me from someone.
Oh.
So someone is waiting for this one to happen.
So much to discuss. Who's the old man?
So now we know there's 3 druids in this hizzle.
Well, that's assuming the old man's a druid.
It's more of a whistle.
It's probably
I think I am assuming that.
Is there like a twist?
Why would you assume
Twist is
that?
he looks exactly like the other ones, but he's not.
He's literally
I'm
just a
more
homeless
intrigued
man.
More intrigued about the fact the other druid wants us to kill the current druid that we're in front of.
Yeah, because the
that
young
seems-
one doesn't have nasty teeth. They might be trying to escape from the.
Can we talk about just for a minute there that you associated the rotten breath of the degraded teeth and the smell of this druid to smelling just like Murican?
It was. Let me clarify.
Shit story.
Like throws the lightning bolt at me in
Wait,
real
what?
life, and
What?
not like it was smells like druid. Must be a druid. Like so, it looks like American. Kind of looks like a druid. Not,
But it doesn't.
not elf.
She doesn't. She's an
Not like
elderly. She's an elderly human with like grey hair and rotten teeth and gnarled breath and all this. And Murican
Covered in shit.
covered in shit. And American's like an ethereal elven, like something
Hey,
not of this
druids
world.
have a druidy thing. That's it
Well,
was a
look,
generalization.
she had a staff, I bet.
Okay, so
That's
if
a
a
similarity.
generalization,
so if we
okay?
come across a halfling barbarian, we can go just like Loris. Just
Looks like a
you
barbarian.
couldn't.
Smells like Loris.
Looks
is
like a
Loris.
barbarian, smells like a barbarian, therefore must be a barbarian.
No.
That's kind of the thought process, you know. That was what Loris went through.
yeah. All right.
But it clearly doesn't look like.
Or smell like.
Or
I
smell.
can't stress that
didn't
enough.
say-
I really
did
can't
not
stress
say
that
Smells
enough.
like American. I said smells like a druid, looks like a druid. looks like American, is what I said.
No, I think you said
Doesn't
smells
look
like.
I don't think I did
American.
smell like
You're
American.
misunderstanding my
I think we can check the
character.
tapes on that.
pretty sure I
Remember, this has
didn't.
been recorded.
Are you
Okay,
are you
this is
100%
the-
confident?
No,
Because we are
but I'm not
literally
100%
recording
confident,
what we
but
say.
that's not what I meant.
Look, I'm just going to change my
Okay.
character sheet and put
Yeah, that's
ugly, rotten teeth, old lady on
Covered in blood.
now.
Oh, it was
This one
only the
covered in
man
blood.
covered in blood.
No, I think it was only the old man.
Oh.
No, it's the old man upstairs that's covered in blood.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, we may not get to check. This Kalan Darklord just reminded me. We may not get to check the VOD because it could be deleted.
Oh, thank God for that.
That's true.
That's so perfect.
It'll be fine.
If I did say that, because I don't recall saying that, I apologize, America. I didn't.
But if, we'll probably get more views on YouTube if you put felching as a keyword.
I'll put that in there. Yeah, I will put that as a tag.
You probably should.
We'll get all the best subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those quality subscribers.
We'll have to change our dance move to.
Oh no! Hey,
What would that look like?
Don't show us, Dave.
Dave.
I've
Do
no
not.
fucking idea where you're going with this.
He's like, let me get.
Oh,
I'm waiting for you to
bonjour,
pull out a
Wolfman.
dance move.
Hold on, I need to go to the kitchen.
Yeah, do something out of the kitchen here.
How did you guys feel about the big fight this time? Last time
I
I
love
felt like it was. Was there a bit more energy happening? It felt like a bit more
got
energetic this
scary,
time.
to be honest.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought,
we-
well, Morley's running away, but
It was massive. It was a
It was
massive
justified.
challenge.
Yeah.
The point at which I said let's run away was almost the turning point of the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you ran away, they started dying. It was really weird.
well, we
I
had
would like to
killed so
say
many, it's just-
I tried to get us to act strategically last session, and then we were just all like everywhere.
Yeah.
But-
I kind of
think
blame.
that they're going down so quickly that normally we would all target one enemy, but these ones pretty much go down in one hit. There's just so many of them.
Yeah.
I honestly, there's a little bit, and I was really unsure about whether or not I should do it, which is using that external map. Like, that's not supplied. That was something that I brought, but I instantly thought they're not going to go inside. And the other maps are obviously designed around going inside and checking out what's happening in the winery. And if there's an external fight, then it'd be all theater of the mind, I guess. So
But
yeah.
if we inside, wouldn't we have been immediately swamped by little twig
Yeah.
lightlets?
Well, you'll never know. You'll never know what caused those to spawn.
Staying outside.
But like, if we all went inside, if assuming that the little twig blights that were inside were already inside, if we all go inside, we're then in a confined space, confronted by those, and then with the external blights gathering around us, we've got no escape.
Like
at all.
I said, I'm not saying that it
So-
was the wrong thing to do. I'm just saying it was interesting that the creators of the module didn't give a map of the outside. It was the intention.
Can I just say my intention, because it's not going to happen. But my thoughts were we could create a choke point with Loris at the front and basically wave after wave of these blights crashing against him with us kind of supporting him. That's what I thought would happen.
That would have been fun.
That would have been unfun for everyone except Loris. I
would have
think
loved it.
part of the reason it would have been, I wouldn't have wanted to go inside because I'm like, first of all, then I can't see them. Secondly, then I can't control the environment. That's kind of what I do. And third, I don't know what's inside anyway. So
Yeah, depending on
know.
how many keep showing up, it could just be.
perfect
We'll
timing.
we'll never
it
know
could
what it
just
could have been.
be
Couldn't bring it.
bated
Yeah, I
breath
think that
there.
makes sense. American staying
Sorry.
outside makes sense given she's
Can we-
more comfortable in that environment.
Can we talk about the
We can
amazing
still see outside.
storm
Like,
and storm
we-
control that American had?
That's awesome.
that was probably my best spell that I've ever done.
That was so good.
I was
It's
like,
also-
yay,
that's
finally I'm doing an impressive thing.
Yeah.
It's a high level spell that you can keep control of for a period of time, yeah?
Yeah, it's a concentration spell, so you can keep hitting them and hitting them. And the fact that it was already storming outside gave me another D10, which is like, oh my gosh.
So it only cost
4d10
you
is
one spell
insane.
slot. All of those attacks just cost you one spell slot. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
Wow.
good. That's pretty
That's
awesome.
huge for a spell.
That was a great spell.
It was
Yeah.
like the perfect conditions for it. I was like, yeah.
But even without the extra D10, that's still 3d10 against blights that if you're doing sort of 15 damage to it, just go...
Yeah, it's pretty great.
What spell slot, like what level spell was that?
It's a 3rd level spell.
How many
Wow.
3rd level
I
slots
think
do you have?
that's one that I get from being Circle of the Forest.
Yeah.
Don't quite
I'm
remember.
only asking.
Yeah, it is.
Random Origins was just asking how many times can you cast that spell. So you cast it once and it uses a spell slot, and then you can, as long as you're concentrating, then you can just keep blasting it.
You could use it for a whole battle because it lasts 10 minutes. Like, how many? That would be a
Oh,
ridiculous
there you go,
amount
10
of
minutes.
turns.
By the way, and I'm really bad at this, so please, I'm going to ask you guys to remind me, but it's probably in your interests not to. You got hit with
I won't.
spikes, so that should have caused you to possibly lose your concentration on it.
No, I didn't cast it until after I got
was
hit
that
with
after
spikes,
that?
and then
Okay.
I never got hit again.
Okay. And I'm trying to remember.
I-
I think Bill didn't get any damage this round, eh? Yeah, okay, cool. That's one of the things I'm really bad at remembering, which is if you've got a concentration spell, you can lose it.
And what's the rule?
I
for
think if you
concentration?
ask, I think if you asked any DM, that is the one that always gets forgotten because it's so hard to keep track of. Like I was watching, I can't remember what the video was, but I think it was with Matt Mercer, and he was like, "Yeah, that's the rule I always forget."
So
And
easy to
they
forget.
obviously get like their chat is like, "You fucked up this rule."
Yeah, I've tried. I've like looked at Critical Role's chat like once, and it's just like messages going like you can't even read them. It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
So it says taking damage. Whenever you take damage while you're concentrating on a spell, you make a Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration. The DC is 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher. So you got to try and beat that roll in a Constitution.
So you'd have to take more than 20 damage to go above rolling a 10.
Yeah. So it's not impossible. If you
It's
take
not that
damage
bad,
from
really.
multiple sources, such as an arrow and a dragon's breath, you make separate saving throw for each source of damage.
Yeah.
Do you take add on your constitution?
It's
is
just
it
a
just
constitution saving
Yeah,
throw.
it's
So
a
whatever.
con
I
save.
can't save.
Yeah.
That's why I decided to creep in the bushes as well, because
It was
I'm
good.
not risking getting hit when I'm doing something cool for once.
Yeah, and I like the
So you're
excitement.
saving police. That's
I like-
why I was in the bushes.
I like the excitement that American had as well. Joe, do you have any points of inspiration at the moment?
I do not.
There you go. You've got a point of inspiration for next round.
Good chance to be dramatic.
Yeah, it's just
Thank
like
you for the inspiration.
grabbing a hold of that excitement that American had was good. Good role play. Yeah. Thank you to Darkon for giving us a follow as well. Thank you so much for that. We're like 5 away from 600, which is super cool. So if you're watching and you're like, and there's a few of you watching, just click the fucking button. God damn it.
Don't threaten them.
It's
Just
not
do it. Everyone else
hard.
is.
God.
Roll intimidation.
I'll just roll D20 here in the chat. Is it going to work?
Features.
Hey, I rolled a 19. Everybody has to follow.
Yay.
Yeah, what was the DC on a follow?
It was 2. I just had to roll higher than a 2.
22.
22.
Shannon, not every single attack, but so many attacks just going straight over that AC of yours.
Yeah.
Except,
I guess it's confirmation bias, but yeah. Often I get hit by 22 or 20 something.
except for the opportunity attacks where both crit failed.
Yeah.
That's
that was
true.
nice.
Yeah.
I thought that
The
was
meat
impressive.
speeds on 20 was pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for the follow, Canuck. Canuck?
Canuck?
Like Canadian. Canuck? Canuck?
No.
Oh, Knuckle
You don't have to follow us if I can't say it.
It's a Canuck.
You don't. Canuck.
Canuck?
No, it's Canuck.
He spelled it with a C-A-N-U-C-K.
Yeah.
You said that so fast. I'm like, what?
Canuck.
Yeah, but that's how it's spelled, though.
That's how it's spelled.
Yeah,
It's an
yeah.
ook.
Or Canuck.
Canucks.
Canuck.
I'm gonna Canuck.
We're not joking
Hi.
about your name.
Hello.
Canuck.
Wait,
No.
is this French or?
Where's this derived from?
It actually might be, given it's Canada.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Shade Mage. Thanks for watching. He's just thanking us for the fun. Thanks
that's
for stopping
nice.
by again.
Sometimes we end up going on tangents after the stream. So, is there anything anyone in the chat wanted to actually us to talk about the
Beautiful
game
question.
that we just did?
Oh, good point.
Because we usually go off on a tangent about felching.
Almost always it's about
After dark.
felching.
Yeah, it's every week.
But we never ever show a description of what that might be or a video of it.
No.
Or we don't act it out.
If for any reason we're not live on Twitch next week, we'll be live somewhere else. I guess Facebook or YouTube or something like that.
I said sorry, all right? Twitch will understand.
Yeah,
We'll just pretend.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Pretend.
I was just gonna say we'll just pretend that it didn't happen, and hopefully nobody knocks
Yeah.
on us.
No one saw it.
So-
None of our followers are going to knock.
Yeah,
Is
that's
there
fair.
some rule? Is there? Like, how come we can talk about felching as much as we want, but we can't?
Because we haven't described it, right? You can probably use the term, but like the detail of it was very graphic, and I'm sure
It's quite
it's,
graphic.
I don't know.
it's a
You can't be too
kid-friendly-
careful.
it's
Twitch
a
is known to
kid-friendly
like ban
platform.
people pretty like I don't know, pretty happily, aren't they?
Yeah, there was
They just banned like one of their biggest streamers, and no one knows why.
Dr. Disrespect.
Someone called
Everyone's
Dr.
like-
Disrespect. He has like
Yes.
I don't know. He's one of like the top 10
Yeah.
streamers,
Yeah.
and they just
He was
like
talking about
banned
felching, I
him.
think. He showed a screenshot of the Wikipedia entry of felching.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
Thing you can't do.
I'm not sure what she was doing on the stream, but people were sending her links to things, and she was clicking on these random links and opening them up, and someone sent her a link to something very graphic which flashed on her screen for like 2 seconds, maybe even less, maybe like a second, and she quickly closed it, and she was like, no, oh god. She got like banned for 2 weeks, and she's a really, or maybe a week or something, but she's a really high profile streamer, and that's her income stream, so she just had no income.
those sort of people, they have followers though. They have a lot of followers.
Yeah.
So we
That is a
Unlike
good
us,
point.
we're
That's a
fine.
good point.
We don't even have 600 followers yet.
To be honest, how
That's
dumb do
true.
you have to be to click random links live?
That is pretty silly.
That's not smart.
It is very silly.
Seeking out the definition for felching and then showing everyone. repeat-
There's a similar level.
Just
But
this.
like,
read it.
What's even worse is clicking the link that says like pornhub.com/ felching.
Great
Is it
subject.
a rude thing?
See, all I did was Google it and
Okay.
Yeah, see, in between said, you just need one bad follower. That's so true. This is on the internet, guys. People are kind of shitty on the internet. And if they were just like, hey, we don't like...
No
surely
way.
about 595 people that follow us are shitty.
I didn't say they
No.
were.
Yeah.
Not possible.
I didn't say
Oh,
they
Lord.
were.
I can't
though.
believe
pretty
that
much
anybody
exactly
who
what you
follows
said,
us would
Reagan.
fit into the internet is shitty bracket.
I know, sorry to change the topic completely here, but you hold up a parsnips just a second ago or something?
What?
Parsnips.
I see you hold a long, like, really thin thing.
Oh,
Who?
who did?
Reagan,
While we were talking about felching.
Reagan,
Reagan was holding a long thing.
It was his
Reagan,
ET finger.
doing?
What?
yeah,
When?
like, second
Do you have
All right.
food?
Take-
Hey,
Food you're not telling us?
Is it my finger?
Reagan, get your parsnip out.
I thought I saw like a big parsnip.
Is it my arm?
Lean
Was
to
it
the right.
this?
Is it the pillow? There's a pillow in
It's
the
been-
back.
It's been a long week.
But I know the difference between an arm and a parsnip.
I mean, his arm's probably the right colour, but it's not
This
like...
is a lot like a UFO sighting or something.
This is.
If only we had it on
No one believed
on
you.
tape.
Yeah,
Adam.
let's check the tapes.
Adam, have you taken your parsnip medication tonight?
No,
Oh
that'll
no.
be it.
That'll
That'll
be
be it.
it. That'll be it.
My
You stole my parsnips, Regan.
I hope someone from our viewers is like going over the last 3 minutes of the stuff just to see if there's a parsnip. Okay, but how cool would it be if I was like, okay, yeah, here it is, held up a parsnip.
You got me.
You know what I want to say? What I want to see is someone superimpose a parsnip onto the VOD
Where's
and post a
Notches?
clip of.
Notches is in there. He's been doing a bunch of awesome stuff.
What if-
in the he did the Harbin conversation.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well, you have to show off. Okay, I was thinking about this the other day. Sometimes there's awesome artwork in the Discord, and you should show it on the stream. Like, Shannon did that awesome illustration of him saying, "This is a bust, you bitch." That needs to be seen.
I can probably bring up some of those things.
And then we had Fabio/Harbin.
Yeah, and then
Fabio
obviously
Harbin.
straight after last week's session was the I have laughed at this one so much as the thing Notches did of like Bill crying with his guitar asking for people to get into the barn. That was or run away.
There was a video. Like,
And there he is.
Yeah, that. Oh,
it's got,
Oh no, it's got
Goliath
Laurel's.
which is also look. That's also fair. Did you see? Did you see Dave's face when the Ravens destroyed some things?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I'm so unhappy.
He was,
It's like,
yeah.
because the reason being is like that's exactly how the fight started. It's like I was standing too far away from everything, and everyone was just going boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh, come on!
Dave, how did you find that so
Okay.
quickly?
I have a superpower.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not really. I just
Belching
swipe
and
really
kids on
quickly.
ukuleles.
I just happened to be on this on the thing on my phone because there's that one there,
What's
which is pretty
the
good.
Mystery of the Druids? Which
That was the one I sent. Oh my
I
god,
really
it's
like
the guy in. Nah, his teeth are too good.
Which channel was that? Was that in?
Doesn't look like a
That's in
druid
the
at all.
blood and the
Oh, it's in the main
blood
one.
on the vine. Yeah,
Blood on the
main
vine.
one.
See if we can bring that up because that was. I know you.
Yeah,
You're just showing it. Here we go. Let's bring that up. Can I bring that up? I don't know how internet works.
And yet you run a stream.
Yeah, there
That's
we go.
crazy.
no idea how
People
internet
see
works.
that? It kind of cuts it off a little bit just because of how I've got it set up. But there you go. Can I shrink that
What's
down?
that?
That was,
No
that
felching,
was
please.
Desmarais' great effort.
Yeah, that I lost my shit when I saw that everyone inside the winery. That's just so good. Poor little kid.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the good strategy that was to create a choke point. But
Yeah.
Yeah, this was
Normally, I really like that strategy. But in this case, they're all coming from outside rather than one direction where there'll be no escape, potentially.
Yeah.
But it is a good, it usually works really well. Probably would have worked well.
this is the
You
one
know,
that,
there's some old man in their attic.
oh, here we go.
Where?
that's the one
So,
that
which one was that in?
same,
Same
just
one.
further up. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, same.
Let's bring that up because that looked fantastic as well. We
That
need,
was
Such
really
an
cool.
amazing illustration.
Yeah, we need
I
to
love
get
your
more-
artwork is so cool.
Too
eh?
kind.
we need to find a way to get you some more time to do some art. I know that kind of stuff takes up a heap of time.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, well, there you
Yeah,
go.
that ought to cover it.
We'll just get you thousands of dollars. That's there we go. That's
How many thousands of dollars is one bit?
the same. I just put the same image
A
back up.
Bitcoin.
No, a bit.
What is happening here?
Twitch bit.
One Twitch
Hey,
bit.
you see
We'll
all those
pay you
people got.
A bit an hour.
You see that Bitcoin scam on Twitch? Like
No.
people got taken
On
over.
Twitter.
Skin.
Yeah, Bill Gates has got hacked and everything with the
Twitter.
I saw
Bitcoin
that
thing.
You
the
mean-
Twitter account's got
Yeah,
hacked.
Twitter accounts. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm just showing off that image now to our viewers. It's just so good. That was
it's a really cool image. Eh? I love it.
yeah, the Baron changing out of fat kid format and yelling, "This is a bust, you bitch."
Although I didn't say this is a, I did say that, but I didn't slam a pie in her face.
No, I
but
know.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
So it's probably in Baron's mind. That's what happened.
nice.
So epic. And you can see the little wiener dog letting off its nut.
Yeah. I know. Originally, I had it doing a flip behind her. Like going real aggro.
It's a good illustration. So
It's so
talented.
good. Good poses as well. Real strong poses. It's nice. Yeah, that's cool. So if you can
You
just
look very
do,
uncomfortable.
if you can just do,
And then the artist is when anyone's just like,
Yeah.
love it. They're just like, oh, I want this to end right away.
so if you can just do one for every
Next time.
episode, that'd be great. Thanks, man. Cool.
It would be nice
One
to do
an
a cartoon,
episode.
It would
or
be.
like a little comic of each thing. But I'd need to find a way to do it real basic.
I'll settle for a meme a week.
Yeah, what was that meme that got animated? Whose face got stuck on?
The Billy training one? Is that
yeah.
the
Yes,
one?
that was great.
Yeah, that was awesome. Show the Fabio Harbin. What's Harbin been up to?
Oh man, that was in
He's
Let's.
been in
Okay, so
training.
all right, so to give some context, and this is something that I'm hopefully going to push out next Sunday, New Zealand time. There's a big crossover event between a bunch of D&D New Zealand podcasts, and I'm going to go and represent Getting Dicey for that. And so we've got to take in some of the characters. Everyone's going to bring a character from each of their things, podcasts, and have this big crossover event. And so I'm putting together a level 20 sorcerer version of Billy Goblin.
He's terrifying.
Who, having been resurrected numerous times, after he got destroyed at the end of Lost Mine of Fandelver, Maglubiet, the goblin god of war, brought him back to life one last time, far from Phandalin, but with just a little bit of arcane magic, which over the next 4 years he turned into some pretty big dark powers. So someone did an awesome... now I've got to find... I should have been looking at while I was saying that, because now I'm just scrolling. Can I bring that up on the... Oh man, I don't know if I can. I can... No. I can't. Damn it. That's annoying.
But it's Rocky working out with Billy Goblin's face in it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to come to our
Let's
Discord.
Talk D&D.
Come to our Discord and look in the Let's Talk D&D channel. It's in there. It's very cool. And we also got into talking about what would Harbin be, who was the old mayor of Phandalin. What would he be like as a level 20 what? And we ended up doing some... He was... Joe did some awesome photoshopping of Harbin all buffed and ripped as Fabio.
Oh, we've got a computer. Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
If everyone can just hold it up, that'd be great.
So frightening.
Yeah, it's super cool.
There's
a question in the
backstory
chat.
is terrifying. Sorry, John.
There was a question in the chat for Shannon. Does Shannon have a DeviantArt account? The picture is really great.
I did have a DeviantArt account back
Classic
when
Deviant.
DeviantArt started. Yeah. I showed my friend once and they thought it was called Deviant Tart. This is back in the early days of
This
the
is
internet
like
and all
this
that.
is like a Arrested Development, a new start.
Yeah.
So
do you-
aim start.
I've put that up at the moment, Joe, as well. I'm just showing that one off.
Oh, actually, I have an Instagram. That's where I put my pictures.
Oh,
Occasionally, not very often.
Too friendly?
I think so.
I think so. I think it's at Too Friendly.
It's
I
too
think.
friendly. Oh, I've
Look,
got a photo one. Oh, I'm
Oh,
very
you've got a
sorry.
couple, do you?
Ugh, I don't even know what my name is on it. Oh, it's TOO_friendly.
Yeah, there we go.
And that picture's on it.
It is.
And
Yeah.
Wario. Wario's on
Too
it.
friendly. So give him a follow. Why not, right? Follow us.
Okay. I've got like 20 followers or something.
it's a crime.
Oh, well, you're going to probably have
Get some
one
more now.
Might even get up to
24.
25.
Oh, we're just going
if
to
you get to
send
600
all of
before
our
we do.
viewers.
Be so disappointed.
Yeah.
That would be criminal. Absolutely criminal.
Cool. All right. I think
Got
that's
some messages on Instagram. Sorry, guys. I got to go look.
Yeah, Random says don't mix it up with your OnlyFans account, Shannon.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, you get money for that, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Yeah, you do. All right, I reckon we'll just wrap it up there. Thanks to everybody for stopping by. Thanks to you guys for playing. You guys always make this so much fun. If you like what we're doing, give us a follow. Come join us over at Discord. Watch all of our old sessions, hours and hours and hours of it. Fill your days forever with all of our stuff.
That's what I would do. I would just listen to and watch like D&D stuff all the time.
Yeah, totally. but don't listen to others. Listen just to ours solely, because if you listen to other people's, there's a risk that you find one better, and I don't want that. Don't listen to anyone but ours.
Not possible.
A high chance.
I mean, it's a very high chance. But next Sunday, I'll be pushing out to stream the audio recordings of us playing live of this crossover event. So I don't think I don't think there'll be video, but it will be pushed out on the Sunday night New Zealand time, and then on the Monday we'll be back here to do more Curse of Strahd. Thanks again, and just to all those subscribers. Thank you.
Oh, that was the touch creepy.
I feel gross. I feel gross after that.
Yeah, that made me feel really dirty.
Good night, everybody.